On a crisp October night, Red Hawks and Demons get into a fight. It's the Sonic Friday Night Rivals High School Football Game of the Week in Blythewood, South Carolina, starting right now. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Sonic Friday Night Rivals High School Football Game of the Week. Lugoff-Elgin, the Demons, at 4-4, come in to visit the Westwood Red Hawks at 5-2 from the Castle, they call it here in Blythewood. I am Stacy Huff. Welcome to the broadcast, joined by my broadcast partner, Joe Cashin. And, Joe, it is a familiar foe, friendly rivals, region matchup. I expect a good one tonight.
I do too, Stacy. These two teams have had good seasons, both under first-year head coaches at these respective schools. A lot on the line here tonight. Region matchup, as you mentioned. Playoffs are looming just around the corner. The winner tonight could wind up with enough RPI points and region seeding to have a home game coming up soon.
And that is very key to think about, that RPI and all that. A lot of playmakers on the field for both teams. Let's begin with our visitors. Who players are we watching tonight for the Demons of Lugoff-Elgin?
Stacy, for the Demons tonight, Jarvis Littlejohn really likes his sophomore quarterback, Zach Williams. He has completed 103 passes this season for just over 1,500 yards, 16 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. He has improved in his decision-making from the first game where we saw him until now. He will lead that Demons offense. Over on the defensive side of the ball, if the Demons are going to stop the Red Hawks tonight, it will be up to number 13, Jace Coleman. You see him right there, defensive lineman, outside linebacker, also just a sophomore. 81 tackles this season. You see these numbers, 26 for loss, 9 sacks. He's recovered 2 fumbles.
Coleman, definitely a menace. Michaelis Mattress brings you our players to watch, and those Michaelis Mattress players for Red Hawks of Westwood.
For Stephen Burris, it starts with the running back on offense, Angelo Rijos. We talked about him a little while ago on the field, maybe the best athlete on the team. You see him right there, 572 total yards, 10 total touchdowns on the season. Also outstanding in the classroom, a 4.2 GPA. A lot going on for Angelo Rijos. We will see him a lot for that Red Hawk offense. Over on the defensive side of the ball, it's the senior defensive back, number 10. You see him right there. Tyrese Drakeford, 27 tackles this season. He has 2 interceptions, 1 forced fumble. He has an offer from Erskine. It will be up to the Red Hawks defense in the secondary tonight to stop a high-potent Demons passing attack.
Michaelis Mattress brings you those key players, talent all over the field tonight. And now, keys to the game brought to you by Blue Cross Blue Shield. What are they? We begin with Lugoff-Elgin.
We just talked about the pass. Well, if you're the Demons, you really kind of want to establish the run, control the clock there offensively. Defensively, you want to tackle Westwood's their running backs well. If you're Westwood on the other side, don't turn the ball over on offense. Defensively against LE's offense, you want to limit their explosive plays.
Thank you, Joe Cashin, for that. Stacy Huff, Joe Cashin here set to call the game for you. Claire Foley on the sideline. Blue Cross and Blue Shield brought you those keys to the game. And Lugoff-Elgin at Westwood, kickoff coming up very soon. Stay with me.
If Jerry knew football the way Tom Brady knows football, he would in no way be able to handle it. Tom Brady knowledge is 10 pounds of football in a 5-pound bag of Jerry.
Come on, Ryan, what are you doing? You gotta look off the safety before you...
When the safety rotates down, just rip the seam.
Nobody knows football
Come on, we can do better.
like Tom Brady.
It's not that hard.
Friday Night Rivals Trophies and Awards are brought to you by Northeast Trophies and Awards, supplying the Midlands trophies since 1976.
The #1 pick in 2008, a champion with every team she's played for. Candace Parker. Now she's got a new role.
Is this thing on?
She's a national champion, 5-time gold medalist, the #1 draft pick, and Rookie of the Year, Aaliyah Boston. 2 generations, 1 podcast.
I don't know what's going to happen today. Our show is definitely going to be honest, I'll tell you that.
Post Moves, new episodes every Wednesday.
Friday Night Rivals Trophies and Awards are brought to you by Northeast Trophies and Awards, supplying the Midlands trophies since 1976.
Welcome back inside, folks. FNR High School Football Game of the Week. Stacey Huff, Joe Cash, and high up in the booth here ensconced, if you will. At Westwood for the council. We'll go down to the field with Claire Foley, the third member of the team. Claire, what's going on?
Some familiar faces on deck here tonight as we once again welcome Lugoff-Elgin to Sonic Friday Night Rivals. Tonight they'll take on a 5-2 Westwood squad that, like them, is under the direction of a first-year head coach in Stephen Burris. Both he and the Lugoff-Elgin head coach Jarvis Littlejohn tell me that in a game that has playoff implications for their region, they're just asking for these kids to do what they've been asking of them all year long, and that's buy into a system they've put in place and give it everything they have. They tell me that they'll look to do so tonight by limiting turnovers and penalties, defending the ball well, and playing a full 4 quarters.
Thank you very much. Claire Foley should be on the sidelines doing a great job all evening long. Westwood, the Red Hawks, the first-year coach Stephen Barris trying to get things turned around here. And, of course, Lugoff-Elgin under their interim coach, Jarvis Littlejohn, the Gaffney native. We'll talk about him more. We saw earlier, Joe, that Lugoff-Elgin did decide to receive the kick. They won the toss. They will receive the kick. They'll be returning left to right on your screen. The kickoff going right to left from Red Hawks. The Red Hawks in the all reds with the stripes and the white helmets. Lugoff-Elgin in their familiar red trousers, if you will, white jerseys. And they'll be returning left to right. And it's the Will Luke Ray Opportunity School kickoff. Over 100 years, we've been helping students build a better future. Will Luke Ray Opportunity School. Kicking off from the 40 will be the Red Hawks, Joe.
Absolutely. You know, we talked about the teams that have beaten both of these clubs. They've lost to 5 different teams this season. Ridgeview has beaten both Westwood and Lugoff-Elgin. The teams that have beaten these two are combined 26-10.
Yeah,
they have not lost to any slouches this year, so they're right about where they probably should be. And this is an important ball game for playoff seeding.
Told Meese Leather, they play big boy schedules. Going to be scooped up at the 8-yard line, then bobbled, going right to left now. Hitting the sideline, tackled about the 35-yard line for Lugoff-Elgin. That was number 8, Bryce Bradley, Joe.
Good return, good field position to start for the Demons here. They have the first possession of the ball game, as you said.
Dominic Armstrong might have been a young man who got first on that tackle there. So that's how we'll set it from scrimmage. We talked about the teams. We get you to start lineups here in a moment. Those are always brought to you by, of course, the Stewart Law Offices. And after the first play or two, we get you out there. We talked about the young sophomore quarterback. We will be talking more about him. The young players maturing right before our very eyes. Zach Williams has 2 men in the formation to the right side, the near side to us. We're in the Westwood home side, of course, high in the press box. A little bobble on the exchange, and they scooped it up by Williams, but it was not a clean connection, and they miscommunicated, Joe.
Not what you want if you're LE first play. You had a mesh point mishap there.
So look at the starting lineup brought to you by Stewart Law Office for Lugoff-Elgin. Williams, we talked about Jaquise Grant, who they need a big game from him, the running back. We have a new tight end. Fitzgerald's not in that lineup there. Richardson and Shamil Sadiq. Sadiq's a high caliber. Both of those guys highly recruited. Cunningham at wide receiver. The line, Hammond, Anderson, Jones, Morrison, and Ward. They have a big physical offensive line at Lugoff-Elgin. A lot of those guys are going to play on Saturdays as well. But now behind the sticks after a loss on the first play, loss of about 6 yards on that.
Oh, yeah, almost 7.
Yes, and they're going to look right now. Here's a man streaking. Oh, Richardson broke open. And the young quarterback Williams pulled it down and tackled by number 8 for the Red Hawks. That's Brandon Evans, but he had E.J. Richardson breaking free down the right side.
Well, E.J. Richardson's been the touchdown maker for the Demons offense this season. Zach Williams had time. His line gave him time, Stacey. Just couldn't get rid of the ball.
Westwood starting lineup brought to you by Stewart Law Offices. Morgan, Jones, Mobley, the D-line. Hunt, Evans, who just made that tackle, and Pitts and Smith, the linebackers. Tyrese Drakeford, we talked about. Zion Oliver, Justin Washington, and Javian McClain, the defensive backs. So now they'll get a chance to be tested in that defensive backfield. 3rd and a long way to go. Call it 15. Passing down, Williams looking over the middle. Goes left, and what a catch. Went up high to get it and pull it down. That is a great catch by number 3 for Lugoff-Elgin, Keenan Cunningham. Yeah, check that out. That's Keenan Cunningham right there, the wide receiver.
5'10", 160. You see him, just see those numbers right there. His stats, just a sophomore. High pointed the ball tremendously, Stacy. Went well into the air to reel that one in. That's a big third down conversion, third and long.
Our first down of the game brought to you by MUSC Health. MUSC Health is proud to call the Midlands home. And now the first down snap, he's going to keep it. Williams around the right side, across the 30, across the foot race is an angle. He gets down to the 15-yard line. That is a great play call, great run. If it wasn't for the pursuit of number 2 there, Justin Washington, that would have been 6. And there's a flag down. May have been too well blocked, Joe.
And he got a great block down the field from E.J. Richardson, too, to kind of spring him inside the 20. But there's laundry on the field across the way.
Yellow on the green. Let's get a call from our white hat here. Personal foul, and the mic's not working. That's 2 negatives. That's a bad penalty for Lugoff-Elgin, and the mic is not the clean feed you want right there. So
he may need to turn it off. That sometimes helps a microphone
a whole lot.
When it
And you know what, Joe? I don't think that was necessary. It had to be a personal foul, but I don't think that whatever happened was necessary. It was it was not play side. It was away from the ball, I think.
Depends on when it came in. I didn't see it. I was looking when he broke the line of scrimmage, and I didn't see the flag initially. But then I saw him kind of back behind the play here. But again, that puts him well behind the chains here, first and 20.
They go on reverse skate right there. That's Coach on the screen right there. In the interim, Coach Jarvis Littlejohn, a Gaffney native. Won a state championship at Gaffney in 2003 as a player and went to Tusculum up in East Greenville, Tennessee. A give up the middle, and it was a modest gain that time, trying to get some of that yardage back.
Now you have another flag across the way. Team's kind of mixing it up early, Stacy.
Yeah, we don't want to. A lot of that personal foul was, not what you want, and now maybe a little bit after the play here.
Jarvis Littlejohn coached at Denmark Olar for several years, head coach there. Also coached at Newberry, and then came with Leon Bower to Lugoff-Elgin last year.
Yeah.
And has taken over as the interim this year.
Dead ball, personal foul on the defense. 15-yard penalty, first down.
That's a good clean feed, but now both teams had a personal foul, and that's what you don't want. Right there. We talked to Coach Stephen Burris, who's telling his team to stay poised and not take any baits, and now both teams have had personal fouls. That's Jarvis Littlejohn. I was telling you about him, Gaffney native. See his career record, 25-24. He has a son on the JV. He has a son on JV that's 6'2", 287, a freshman. He's going to be a good one to watch. But Coach Littlejohn is the interim, and I suspect that interim tag will be removed. You mentioned he's coached around a lot of places, but made the game-saving tackle in the championship game as a senior at Gaffney High School in 2003 versus Sumter. He went on to play at Tusculum. It's going to be a shotgun snap now to end around a little bit here. Trying to get some yards back up the middle. E.J. Richardson dancing, and he dragged folks forward, and that's going to be a good gain. That must be a first down. They're going to move those sticks, and they came back from the penalty. They got helped by a penalty from Westwood, but that's another MUSC first down.
Good vision there by E.J. Richardson. Tried to sweep it to the right, didn't have anything there, and just kind of let something develop. He was patient enough to let a hole develop, a little seam there, and he's able to pop it for a first down.
That's where they'll mark it at the 32-yard line, and that's going to be the referees communicating with each other, I think, at the – I'm not sure what the communication – it says first down. The referees are having a conversation now, but it's the first down mark is there. I think that miscommunicated. I think one referee didn't know it was a first down, I think
they're confused here a little bit as to what the down is. I mean, that was enough for a first down.
It was a first down, yeah. They're having a little usher board meeting right there.
So this should be enough to.
Game off to a little raggedy start with the penalties and now the conversations. I think everybody's on one accord now. And I took a sconce from you. My bad. I stole you. That's your word. That's your word. That's Coach Stephen Burris. Last coach at Lamar, but he was at Ridgeview as assistant. He's a Rock Hill native. He has an interesting story we'll get into more as the game goes along. Coached at soccer team. Air and a flag down, but number 1 in white is going to be a guy to watch all night, but it's going to be ruined.
It's a late flag. I think this is going to be a hold. It came from the umpire, but it was incredibly late.
Face mask, defense. 5 yard.
Yeah.
Well, check that. No wonder it was late. It was a face mask. It was not a hold because there was nobody there in the mix by the time Sadiq.
So they're going to add to that catch and run. That's Coach Burris on your screen. But, mentioned he has a very diverse background. Coached under some legends. Coached under Chuck Jordan at Conway, a legend. Coached under Bobby Carroll at York. He's got a pedigree. Did some time with Perry Parks over at Ridgeview. Some guys, and then Parks is not the legend that Renfro and Carroll are, but I mean, yeah, coached under Renfro at Soccer as well as Chuck Jordan. Inside the red zone, the first snap inside the red zone. Now that is Jim Hudson red zone, and it goes nowhere.
Boy, big A.J. Mobley defense. He was able to make that stop for no gain.
Look at that line. Loss. You saw that, they showed that shot we just had. Great shot. Look at how big Lugoff-Elgin's line is. That was a great camera shot. Those guys, there's some smaller colleges that can't put size out there like Lugoff-Elgin does.
You got Keelan Hammond up there. He's 6'5", 310. You got
Cam Morrison, who's about 6'6".
6'6", 280.
Yeah, that's big.
Logan Ward, who's 6'4", 265. So there's some beef up there.
And they're moving the crowd right now as well. They're going up the middle this time with a physical run, and they're just mashing folks. They got Ben in the line of scrimmage with a leg drive with the running back and a surge. He's going to end up getting about 3 on that.
It's a good drive for LE to start this game. They took the opening kickoff, returned it to the 36, and ninth play of the drive coming up, and they burned nearly 5 minutes off the first quarter clock.
Jarquise Grant, the senior back. You know, we talked to Coach on the field, and Coach Littlejohn. He says Jarquise Grant says he expects to have a big game tonight. So we'll see. He's running like somebody who's trying to prove a point here. I think this is, and I believe this is homecoming at Westwood. I'm not sure if it is. I know the last time they played it was 2023 homecoming. Lugoff-Elgin ruined it for him with a 14-6 win on the road. They're going to try Grant again. This time he makes a move in the hole, spinning, and it's going to get down to about the 3-yard line. And this is going to bring up a very interesting play call here. 3rd down, and they're going to mark it at the 4 maybe.
This will be 4th down, and we'll see what.
Yeah, 4th and 4.
We'll see what Jarvis Littlejohn does here. I don't see a field goal kicker coming out there.
No. Early big play. They bring some weight in for Westwood, number 99, Cannon Whitaker. Got a good size. He's coming in to plug that gap in the middle. It's going to be interesting here, Joe, what they come up with. You got Shamil Sadiq with the 6'4" height.
That's what I'm thinking, Stacy. If you're going to go outside, throw it up to the 6'4" Shamil Sadiq.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a huge kid, man. Lenore Ryan commit, but
I think there are others involved there too.
And they're going to run. They tried it, and nothing happened. Jarquise Grant, and just the Westwood defense is ready for it, Joe. What a play led by number 90, a young man we'll definitely be talking about, DJ Jones, who has an offer from Alabama A&M. And that was huge defensive stand by the Westwood Redhawks.
Yeah, no doubt about that. They did not try to go outside with the football, just try it up the middle, and Westwood, their defense, they stood strong right there. And, boy, you hate that if you're Lugoff-Elgin. You have that nice drive, you put it all together, you get all the way down inside the 5, you come away with nothing.
That's got to be a little bit defeating, and if you're Westwood, you got to pull your back a little bit, and that's Coach Burris on your screen, and feel good about yourself right now. Now your offense takes over for the first time. We'll share the starters there in a moment. Snapping in the end zone, though, Carrington, the quarterback, Carrington Carter, and nice run. The ball was moving a little bit. He got it wrapped up, and that's a good surge. Get the ball up. So close to about the 8-9 yard line there.
That was Javon Howard on the carry that time. He got about 5 yards, maybe.
Bigger than backs right there. Carrington Carter, quarterback. Howard just ran at the running back. Donaldson, the tight end. The receivers are Grant, Cunningham, and Boyd. The line, Hannah, Stacey Solis. And we'll get to you in a moment with the rest of that. Oh, a break up the middle, across the 30. Coming the ball up to the 35-yard line. Good run that time. And that was Carrington Carter, the quarterback. He kept it in his hand. MUSC first down for Westwood. A big gashing run over the left. Stacey Solis, Brown, Whitmore, and Lofton, the O-line. And they're back. Oh, he had the bubble screen. It wasn't going to go anywhere. There was white jerseys all around him, but dropped by number 7 in red, C.J. Bennett, the senior wide receiver, but it was surrounded. Defense for Lugoff-Elgin, Jace Coleman, we talked about, special kid, a sophomore, Moak, Walker, the D-line linebackers, Hinton, Young, and Rhodes. Defensive backs, Lewis, Murphy, Bradley, and Coleman. So with Corey Murphy and Tyler Lewis out there, veterans. And a bad snap, and Carter grabbed it and just got down. That's going to be a huge loss, Joe. They're going to be way behind the sticks, about 23 yards away from the first down marker.
Both teams having some issues with snaps early in the game or being able to make the play happen at the mesh point. Big loss like you talked about.
3rd and 21 is what we'll call it. Got to get the man to make the 49-yard line. There's a clear passing situation. 4 wides in the formation. 3 to the right side of Carrington Carter, and then, of course, 1 near side. So you're going to go up top and make something happen here. Screen set up. He needs a block over there. Didn't get it. And the pursuit by Jace Coleman and Lugoff-Elgin, nothing happening. That was Rios, his first touch of the ball game, Joe, and that's going to be punt time.
And it's a nice play by one of the all-name team members this year, Cash Major, who forced him out of bounds for Lugoff-Elgin. Cash Major.
Actually, we talked about him, Joe. The first game of the season versus Lower Richmond, he came up. He wasn't starting then. He's now been put in the wheel linebacker, and he has been just tearing things up over there, according to Coach Littlejohn. So Cash Major, not only is a great name, he is coming on strong as the season goes on here. So punt time now for for Westwood. That's 47 to kick it. Sharif Pitts, high kick, and it just went way left though. So where did it cross the line of scrimmage? I think Lugoff-Elgin's gonna be set up in business to do business. We'll step away, folks. 4:16 left in the first. Lugoff-Elgin, Westwood.
Is your child struggling in school? Do you know a child 16 to 19 years of age who has dropped out, lacks discipline, or is on a destructive path? Then give the Will Lou Gray Opportunity School a try. The military-style school provides an alternative education to young adults in need of a second chance by offering academic instruction by state-certified teachers and job-based training. Students live on campus during the 14-week program, which is virtually free. For more information, call us or visit willlougray.org.
We pickled everything, Sam. The big deal meal, Sonic Smasher, top of Grillo's pickles, pickled seasoned tots, pickle Rita slush, and a pickled phone. Sam, what have you done? Dude.
Welcome in, folks. Glad to have you with us. This is Sonic Friday Night Rivals High School Football Game of the Week. We are scoreless. It's early, though. Big plays already. And, of course, I want to give a very special thanks to the South Carolina Army National Guard for recognizing our scholar athletes each week. We'll introduce you to this week's nominees coming up at halftime. Enjoy that part of the broadcast each and every week. Stacey Huff, Joe Cashin, who is also a retired Army National Guardsman. Thank you for your service. My son stayed in his group as well. My son going to Kuwait next week, unfortunately, and, praying for them. And, of course, Claire Foley down on the sideline doing a great job. So glad to have you with us on year 11, Sonic FNR High School Football Game of the Week at Westwood, the Castle. Lugoff-Elgin takes over for their second drive here, Joe, and they had some things cooking, but stalled with the fourth down stoppage.
Yeah, had a 10-play drive that yielded no points.
And it's going to be Shamil Sadiq, the young man that showed up on our cameras early in the season. He's around the left side. He's a big play man across the 40. Just bowling over, folks. Finished the run. He's a specimen, folks. Lenore Ryan, but I don't know if they can hold him. Good run. He's going to get a big MUSC first down for Lugoff-Elgin. That's number 1 right there.
He got some great blocks, too. Just kind of went with the reverse around the left side, got some good blocks, and really ran hard. You saw him pick him up and put him down, and he picks up 28 yards on that play.
MUSC first down, folks. Proud to call the Midlands home. MUSC, yeah, he shows up well. He likes our cameras, Joe, but he played well all season, though.
I mean, he had 2 big-time explosive plays against Little Richmond.
He did. Jarquise Grant around that left side, number 6 in white, and he's going to churn for about 7. Nice gain that time off that left side. That offensive line firing off, Joe.
Jarquise Grant over 500 yards rushing, coming in 5 touchdowns. And we talked about the offensive line of the Demons in their opening drive. They did a good job, but couldn't quite push that ball in the end zone. There's a lot of big uns up front.
And this time, no penalties thus far. I don't want to jinx it. I may have just jinxed it, but no flags on this drive. This has been clean. They had some big plays the last drive and hurt themselves with the flags. Going to throw it this time. Quarterback Williams looking toward the end zone. He has E.J. Oh, he almost got slung into the end zone. E.J. Richardson with a catch inside the 5-yard line into the Jim Hudson Automotive Group red zone. What a throw, what a catch. First down for the Lugoff-Elgin Demons.
What patience there by Zach Williams. Didn't see anything initially and was able to move around in the pocket, position himself, and he is able to hit the completion down to the goal line.
His ceiling is a P4 type kid. Good size and speed. And he kept it that time, fooled everyone. That's a touchdown, almost a walk-in, got hit hard, but it was a done deal. Everybody went for the fake, the grand strike up. The Lugoff-Elgin Demon fights on, folks. They cracked the scoreboard first in the SCDC end zone. What a drive by Lugoff-Elgin, Joe. Talk about this play.
Yeah, just ran the fake right there, the mesh point. Last time they had a problem. This time, no problem. Makes the right read. Was able to pull the ball, take it himself. It was around the right side, and the Demons are on the board first in this one.
Looking to add the extra point on. Not a great snap, but a good catch by the holder. Got it down, up, and through. 18 on the kick. Ken Sutapanya will step away. Lugoff-Elgin 7, Westwood 0. Stay with us.
At Atkins Law, we believe who you hire matters, but don't take our word for it. Hear it from our clients.
From the front desk to the paralegals answering my questions to the one I have in my back, I couldn't ask for a better team of professionals.
From my first phone call to meeting Joe in person, I knew I was going to be in good hands.
Holly has a great practice, and her various experiences brings tons of knowledge to each of her clients.
Remember, who you hire matters.
Back at it, folks. Glad to have you with us here. Season 11 of the Sonic Friday Night Rivals High School Football Game of the Week. Shout out to Sonic, been a title sponsor. Stacey Huff, Joe Cashin, and Claire Foley here with you. Brisk night here. Fall is upon us. The State Fair always brings this weather. Great night for football, though. Westwood, the host team here, the Red Hawks, hosting Lugoff-Elgin in a region game. Lugoff-Elgin scored first, Joe. Great drive.
3 plays, Stacy. 60 yards. It took only 38 seconds off the clock. Zach Williams finished it with a 1-yard run, but you had the big run, the reverse to Shamil Sadiq, and then you had the pass completion to E.J. Richardson. And that covered most of the ground, got him down to the goal line, and Williams was able to punch it in from there.
Young sophomore quarterback showed the arm and the legs on that drive, and I think he's got a chance to be a pretty solid quarterback there.
I think so, too.
Yeah, man, he showed a little bit of everything right there. And when you can trust the 10th grader to go ahead and throw it in there. He didn't throw it in the cover, low coverage, but found a hole in the zone, and he's shown the legs a couple of times this ball game. So now you got to answer. They got a quarterback for the Red Hawks who's got to get his team, composed and come back out and put a drive together now. Kicking off left to right in the Will Lukery Opportunity School kickoff is Lugoff-Elgin in the red pants, white jerseys. Returning right to left, Westwood, the Red Hawks, is going to be fought over a little bit at the 5-yard line. Weaving a little room up the left side. Probably should have kept it outside. That's a strong run that time for the Red Hawks. Quentin McGill, who's a playmaker, number 3. Nice return.
A much better field position this time for the Red Hawks. The last time they stopped LE on the 4-yard line. This time they'll return the kickoff all the way out to the 39. So that gives them some room to operate to try to answer the Demons' touchdown.
And McGill did what you should do when you make a play like that. He looked at the sidelines and said, feed me. Yeah, I'm hot. Yeah, he wants the ball now. He wants it in offense. He's a guy they will go to in this Red Hawks offense. 3 wides in the formation. The back end is Jovan Howard. He's going to get the carry. Howard up the middle, dragging a couple of guys, and he's going to get about 5 on that. That's a nice run by Howard.
A new quarterback out there too. Josiah Henry Hand, maybe.
Yes, good point.
He's in there as a quarterback instead of Carrington Carter in this series.
Yeah, Henry Hand in is got an S by his name. I guess that means, I don't know if that means senior or something. I think he's a senior. High snap. And Rios, the young man we heard about, nice moving hold. That kid has great feet, Joe, and he got a yard or 2 more than he needed. That's going to be an MUSC first down for Westwood. They looking good.
Yeah, Stephen Burris was really high on Rios when we spoke with him on the field before the ball game, called him maybe the best athlete on the team, and they want to feed him the ball
and yeah,
keep those chains moving.
Not only that, Little John for Lugoff-Elgin mentioned him as well.
Yep.
As a guy that he had his eye on. Hot snap again, second hot snap, blew the play up, and now Henry Hand's got the drive, and that might be a horse collar. He got pulled down They're going to call him down by contact, but he got pulled down by the back of his jersey that time.
No flag, though, but I'd like to see that again to see where
close.
that ball actually came out. I mean,
it was close.
They ruled him down immediately.
Here it is right here, but he wasn't ready to run. This was not
another bad snap. You see it right here. Then they grab him right there.
Kim got in there.
Cash Major was in there to make another play, but they ruled him that he was down. And so
he was trying to make a withdrawal, you're saying?
I think that's what he was trying to do for sure.
Howard to the left of Henry Hand in the backfield. Man in motion. They're going to give it to Javon Howard and just nothing happening. Where I thought it was nothing happening, he lunges for give him about 3. He kept fighting. Both these teams are playing extremely physical, Joe.
Number 73, offensive lineman Kamari Damon kind of gave him the old tush push there. He kind of grabbed him and forced him forward to at least get something positive out of that. So they have a chance here on 3rd down. Looks like 3rd down at about 7.
And the defensive player for the Demons comes off the game with his helmet off. That was, well, he's not in our roster right there. 32 left. His helmet came off. You have to leave for a play. Just going to bring up a 3rd down and call it 8.
And Logan Hinton had to go off with the helmet issue. Here's the backside.
It's going to be short for about 2 yards. Maybe make it 3. It's going to be 4th down and about 3. And I bet they go for it, Joe.
You're in a spot of the field, Stacy, where I'm not real sure punting is going to do you a lot of good here. So if you're Stephen Burris, you're almost certainly looking like you're going to go for this.
They definitely are. Henry Hand's in the ball game, and they got some playmakers out there. We mentioned Rios, who I like his footwork, man. The kid has great feet. 4th and 3 is a big play. They might try to draw him off right here. They're trying to do the hard snap. Yeah, they're doing the hard snap. They may end up punting it. He did a hard clap a couple times, looking to the sideline, trying to catch. Timeout call, look confusion there. Were they really going or not, right?
They wanted to see if they could get the cheap one, get the 1st down the easy way by making the Demons jump offside. But that's good discipline by that Lugoff-Elgin defense not to go for the fake, not to take the bait there.
You want the free yards. Every time you get a free 5 yards, that makes the game a lot easier. But this has been a fast first quarter, Joe. We're 39 seconds left in the first stanza here.
That's how we like it, Stacey.
Yeah, we do. Absolutely, we do. And I was told it might be homecoming, but I don't know that it is homecoming. So if it's not homecoming, that means this game might be a brisk game all the way around. But it feels like football weather, doesn't it?
It really does. I mean, the temperatures when this game kicked off, they were down in the mid to low 60s, and they'll drop even more as this game progresses. I mean, this is the great time of the year, right? Third week of October, the leaves are starting to turn. It's fall weather. You get into late October, November. It's football time, real football weather.
I got to clear up something about Coach Burns. I said he's a Rock Hill native, but he wants it made clear. He played at Northwestern, though. He said, he's one of those Northwestern guys. They have the 3 schools, South Point, Rock Hill, Northwestern. He wants, he's a Northwestern alum, not Rock Hill, but he's from Rock Hill, which has that title of turning out so many college and pro athletes. Jeff Burris, put a Notre Dame, came out of that area as well. That's going to be a jet sweep, a little inside pitch, the shovel pass. Not jet sweep, but a shovel pass. And that's not the play you want, Joe. Nothing happening. It's a flag after the play, though. Some extracurriculars. And we had a flop, so we'll see what the referees call here.
Now, this will really be interesting to see how they adjudicate this. If this is on Lugoff-Elgin, this will give Westwood enough to keep the football.
Adjudicate the malfeasance.
The malfeasance is correct, yeah.
Somebody did a malfeasance right there. And they're getting it straight right now.
Well, if you're Lugoff-Elgin, if this goes against you, you're just going to be sick.
Absolutely.
Dead ball, personal foul on the offense.
Okay. So
dead ball,
both
personal foul
offsetting, Joe.
On the defense. Those penalties offset.
Well,
so there was some shenanigans and somebody giving each other the business. Mutual business giving right there. And it's like nothing happening, right?
Like nothing happened. Move along.
Please move along. Please disperse. Nothing to see here. That's Coach Littlejohn. You know what he's saying right now? He's like, no, it was their guy. He wants an explanation. Like, I think it was their guy, though. Like, he has the hands up. Like, tell me, somebody needs to explain something to me. I think it was their guy first. So offsetting means
Lugoff-Elgin ball.
Yeah, Lugoff-Elgin ball. And they're gonna flip out the offense for the defense. Both teams right here.
The 41-yard line.
I think
time for one play here in the quarter.
Yeah, I think Coach Littlejohn wanted 15 yards with the ball.
Sure.
Which would be even better.
Yeah, I would too.
Yeah, 32.1 seconds left. And they've had everything clicking now. They've had the run game going and the air game. 4 wides in the formation. for Williams, the sophomore quarterback. He's got 12 seconds on the play clock. They're being very deliberate here. I'm going to hurry up now, though. 5 seconds left. They're going to snap it right there with 4 on his play clock. Looking to the right. He's going to pull it down. He's going to take off. Slid down. And he got 4 yards on that. That may be the last play of the first quarter. See how big a hurry they're in to snap the ball right here. There's no reason to be in a hurry. Yeah, they're not. They're just going to meander. You don't get to meander much on the football field. They're meandering here.
They're going to loiter a little bit out here and let this clock expire and take it to the second quarter.
Chillaxing a little bit, if you will. Chillaxing.
There you go.
Yeah, there it is. That's going to be 1 quarter of 4 in the books, folks. We're a quarter along the way. Stacey Huff, Joe Cash, and Claire Foley, and you, the Sonic FNR High School Football Game of the Week from Blythewood.
Watch Fox Sports Zone is South Carolina's #1 sports leader for all sports coverage in the Midlands.
From your favorite South Carolina college teams
to your local high school matchups,
football, baseball,
basketball, soccer,
and so much more.
We take you straight to the sideline with interviews with coaches and players.
Plus, behind-the-scenes details to give you the latest on your local teams.
Watch Fox Sports Zone. Every sport, every season. Sponsored by Lexington Medical Center.
Your comfort is at risk. Who do you call?
At Kaminer Heating and Cooling, we'll never sell you something you don't need. You get clear options, transparent pricing with our straightforward pricing guide, and the final choice is always yours.
No pressure, no sales gimmicks, just honest answers.
At the Medical University of South Carolina, we're transforming heart and vascular care in the Midlands. With cutting-edge clinical trials and the latest diagnostic procedures, we ensure that every patient receives state-of-the-art care. We turn groundbreaking into life-saving. Because at MUSC, innovation is how we lead. Compassion is who we are.
Need better sleep tonight? Michaelis Mattress can get you on the bed of your dreams today. Michaelis Mattress has been helping people across the Midlands find the right bed for the right price for more than 35 years. We care about your quality of sleep, so you can trust us to put you on the best mattress for your specific needs. Get huge savings on popular brands like Sealy, Simmons, Serta, and Tempur-Pedic. Plus, get up to 60-month special financing. From something for the kiddos to something for your master suite, we have you covered with a huge selection. Michaelis Mattress. Buy it today. Sleep better tonight.
Right before the start of the second quarter, we're at 7-0. Lugoff-Elgin over the homestanding Westwood Red Hawks. Stacey Huff, Joe Cashin here with you in the booth. Down on the field is Claire Foley. We'll check in with Claire Foley right at this moment. Claire, what's going on down there?
Guys, the great thing about seeing this Lugoff-Elgin team twice is we get to follow up on the stories we told you back in week 0. I told you about senior offensive lineman Keelan Hammond, who was out with an knee injury last year, and head coach Jarvis Littlejohn said he missed out on some big recruitment opportunities because of it. But now that he's back, he was on a mission to earn college offers, and that's exactly what he's done. Littlejohn says he's been a leader for this team and calls him, quote, better than advertised. For some of those offers he scooped up are from Catawba, Newberry, North Greenville, and Anderson.
Very good stuff, Clay. Love to see that redemption story. You hate to see kids miss out with injury, and for what I'm told, he got some bigger schools than that, even circling around right now, checking him out over these next couple of weeks. So Keelan Hammond coming back from the knee injury. Start of the second quarter. Lugoff-Elgin right to left on your screen, and the sophomore quarterback Williams, another nice toss to right into the heart of that zone, and that is number 3, Keenan Cunningham with the catch. MUSC first down.
Second reception tonight for Cunningham, both for first downs, and Zach Williams is getting all day to throw.
Yes.
I mean, there is literally no pressure on him whatsoever. And, just like Jarvis Littlejohn, their head coach, talked about, his decision-making and patience has gotten so much better from game number 1 until tonight.
If you got to start a 10th grade quarterback, you want that kind of size and experience in front of him, and he's going to run it this time. He's shown the legs. Mike could have taken that one outside, but I'm up here sitting in a nice swivel chair, so he had to make a split-second decision, and it's going to be a flag down. He got a gain of about 3 or 4 on that, but the flag came down late again, Joe. There's been a lot of extracurriculars in this ball game.
There has been a lot of chippiness going on. A couple of personal fouls on each team.
Personal foul on defense. 15-yard penalty, first down.
That's the big joker, too. That's the 15-yarder, Joe. It's been too much after the whistle on both teams, and Westwood is going to give up 15 more.
Well, if you're Stephen Burris, you really can't be liking any of this, the way this game has started for his ball club.
Yeah. It's been uneven when they had the ball on offense, but penalties have hurt both teams. And on defense right here, that's a huge one right there. Now the ball's right outside of the red zone. And you got a quarterback who seems to be gaining confidence with every play, Joe.
No question about that.
It's a first down. Another MUSC first down for the Demons. Man in motion is number 8 there. Oh, he's going to pivot in the backfield and thought about running outside. Nowhere to go. Good pursuit by Westwood. Let's give some love to number 41, A.J. Mobley, the junior. Great tackle.
That's the second time Mobley's gotten in for a tackle for loss, and this play never really had any mojo to it. Just looked like it took too long to develop.
It did.
Motion was kind of slow there. And Zach Williams really had nowhere to go with the football except down to the ground. Big loss. Big play by that Westwood defense.
Yeah, they responded. Now, that's, the first drive of the game, they responded late in the drive when they got their backs against the wall. They have a tendency to do that. Lugoff-Elgin now is second and about 18, 17. Looking over the middle now. Drops. That pass was intended for Cunningham again, who's been the go-to receiver early in this ball game. He just dropped that one. And guess what? In the backfield, so it's another flag. Might be a hold.
Now you're going to get a hold against that LE offensive line.
And they're going the wrong direction. They're doing a little Michael Jackson moonwalk right here. The gentleman in white.
Well, if I'm Stephen Burris, I think about declining this and just taking that down because that's an incomplete pass. Instead of getting him second down again, but I think he's going to take it.
I think he wants to see the young quarterback with second and about.
Offensive holding, 10-yard penalty. Repeat, second down.
Second and 26, so that's like, I guess we'll see what they can dial up here. And they really haven't done any blitz or anything like that. And there may be a time they may try to, crack that pocket because he's had too much time. You mentioned it earlier.
Go 2 high safeties here and just bring 3.
Fumbled the snap. Calmly picked it up. Williams going to roll right and throw. He has a man. Block. It was knocked down. He had Cunningham breaking clear, but it was a great defensive play by Westwood.
Brandon Evans had that one lined up, Stacy, for the Redhawks. He had that pass all the way right in his sights. He knew what was coming. And yeah, Westwood only brought 3 that time up front with pressure. They dropped everybody else deep.
Play coverage. Yeah.
And now that was a good decision by Coach Burris to go ahead and take that penalty, get a no-gain play there.
And now the ball's going to be third down at the 40-yard line, and it is a long-distance phone call. The line to gain, Joe, is the 12-yard line, the 13-yard line.
Well, you know what? You got number 4 out there. I'm sorry, you got number 2 out there. Maybe 4 can find him. Number 2 being Shamil Sadiq, 6'4".
Yeah, he's a guy, number 1. He's out there going the right side, down in the middle. He's got Cunningham again. That's a nice toss, but he only got about half of it back. And now you're in a position where you feel okay if you go for it on 4th down. But it's still 12, 13 yards to go.
Looks like they're going to try a field goal here.
We'll see how they trot it out here. We'll find out what kind of leg we have there.
Sudapanya.
Yeah, Ken Sudapanya.
This will be from the, put her down to the 33, 43-yard attempt.
Sudapanya with right leg there. Snap was not good the first time on extra point. A little low that time, but got it up. Did somebody get a hand on it? I don't know if they did or not, but it's going to be wide right, no good. So once again, Westwood turns away Lugoff-Elgin. 9:19 left in the half. If you're Westwood, you got to feel like you've dodged a bullet twice.
And if you're Lugoff-Elgin, you feel like you've left 10 points out there, even though that's not a field goal a high school kicker makes every day. But, I mean, they had a nice drive, Lugoff-Elgin did, only to be set back by incomplete passes, drop passes, and penalties there.
That's true. But you realize when they first got that last first down they had, the ball's on the 22-yard line. So they were right there, though, Joe, in business to do business. But Westwood now, with a little redemption, will take over at the 20-yard line. Quarterback still in the game. The guy who took over after the first couple series And it's going to be nowhere to go. Lugoff-Elgin, that surge up front is ridiculous.
Credit big number 92. Purvis Walker, the senior defensive lineman. He just beat his blocker. That's a big loss of 5.
6 foot 285, and he pressed the line of scrimmage immediately. They carried in time by Javon Howard, had no chance. And I mean, Lugoff-Elgin's winning the trenches on both sides.
They are. I would agree with that.
Yeah, they dominate the trenches, and they can get worse. Westwood's got to come up with dial up something, because that's a huge loss of 5 on that play. Oh, nice catch, but Howard had nowhere to go and hit hard as he was slipping anyway by number 7, Tyler Lewis, another sophomore.
It's a young Lugoff-Elgin football team, but you're right. Nowhere to go after catching that pass. No gain for Westwood. And
pressure now on Josiah Henry hand. He's going to make a throw here. 3rd and about 16. And you really don't want to punt it from right there. You got to get some yards here, get some field position here. Looking down the right sideline. It was a little bit of contact and bumping right there, but it's going to be incomplete and 4th down coming up.
Ollie Coleman was step for step with the intended target there, Miles Grant for Westwood. And Coleman had good position there. Pass wasn't too far off target, but if you're Westwood, you go 3 downs and out. And I tell you, Lugoff-Elgin didn't come far from blocking that last punt.
Right.
The first one that Westwood punted in the first quarter. I might expect to see them dial up some pressure here.
Yeah, punch back. Looks like Sharif Pitts, number 47, and a little low snap, but he got it away and got a little height on it and a good bounce, but it's going to be scooped up. And decent return. They tried to pull that ball out of there, but that was a deep return. E.J. Richardson, who's always dangerous, the junior. We'll step away. Joe Cash and Stacey Hull, Claire Foley here with you. Just under 8 minutes to play in the first half. Lugoff-Elgin 7, Westwood 0 on the FNR Game of the Week.
Is your child struggling in school? Do you know a child 16 to 19 years of age who has dropped out, lacks discipline, or is on a destructive path? Then give the Will Lou Gray Opportunity School a try. The military-style school provides an alternative education to young adults in need of a second chance by offering academic instruction by state-certified teachers and job-based training. Students live on campus during the 14-week program, which is virtually free. For more information, call us or visit willlougray.org.
Light it.
But to win it all, that is the culture.
Well, this question is wheelhouse for me. I'm going to crush this.
Let's go.
So good.
Let's go, Coach.
The Triple Option Podcast, presented by Wendy's. Listen wherever you get your podcasts.
Welcome back, folks. Just under 8 minutes left in the half, folks. And I want to tell you about during the 4th quarter of tonight's game, we'll be highlighting the school bus stop of the game. The law in every state requires drivers to always stop for a school bus stop when the stop arm is out and the red lights are flashing. Our school bus stop portion of the ball game day. That's a nice graphic. I love that bus right there. It's kind of cool. Had little rims on it.
It's Kevin's favorite. I know that.
Huh?
I said that's Kevin's favorite. I know that.
Oh, that's Kevin's favorite. There's no doubt about it. He loves it. He loves it. Great stuff. The New England Patriots looking Red Hawks, the red uniforms and the white lids. Jamil Sadiq, the star receiver to the number 1 to the bottom of your screen right there. He's a playmaker, folks.
I haven't gone to him in the pass game. Got it to him in the run game once.
No, it's been Cunningham mostly. That's a nice move in the hole. This might be Grant. Jaquise Grant, I believe, with a nice run. 7-yard gain right there. Grant is the carrier, number 6 there.
Credit big number 77, Logan Ward. On a block that kind of sprung that. And if you're Lugoff-Elgin, you get 6, 7, 8 yards on first down, play ahead of the chains. You'll do this all night long.
Boy, it's part of that huge offensive line has been just gelling as the season's gone on. 2nd and 3, a lot of things open in the playbook right here. You mentioned Jamil Sadiq. They're going to go to the other side. They've been going to the other side all night. And this is going to be another catch and throw. And this time flopping. E.J. Richardson, MUSC first down for Lugoff-Elgin. Good throw, good catch. That's a young man right there, 6 foot 170, the junior. And you talking to Coach Littlejohn, he thinks his ceiling is very high.
E.J. Richardson does so much, and kind of a little thing maybe unnoticed on that punt return, Stacy. That punt hit the turf a few moments ago. Instead of letting it go and roll down the field, Richardson's able to scoop it up, make a smart play.
Dead ball.
Another dead ball.
Unsportsmanlike conduct on the offense.
And we've had several personal fouls, unsportsmanlike conduct. Composure's not been the strong suit of either team. This is going to Lugoff-Elgin. It's going to take him back a little bit. Reverse skate.
Well, this kind of stuff just drives coaches. This drives coaches crazy. I mean, what in the world is going on out there? I mean, personal foul penalties you don't need, unsportsmanlike, probably somebody talking, doing something they shouldn't be talking about. I mean, this kind of stuff just drives you crazy. And Jarvis Littlejohn over there talking to the officials, wanting the explanation, but you just got to play with composure out there.
And, sometimes a line, you want your guys to go, giddy up, sick them. But sometimes you got to say, whoa, it's the line.
There's a line there, and you just got to play within that, within the framework of the game. Play with emotion, but play smart football.
You got to play out the ball game. That's, a lot of times coaches do this, and old basketball player down and say, who did it? They want to know for purpose of this game and for practice next week. Because somebody's got to pay for some certain things. So he got that player out the game for a minute to cool off.
Now it's 1st and 25 instead of 1st and 10.
And again, putting your offense in a bad place. Breaking it outside. A little footwork there, but good surge by Westwood up front. Westwood getting a lot of folks to the ball. Let's get some love to one of those guys. There was number 11, Michael Hunt, who got his prey that time.
He was hunting down the ball carrier on that one for sure.
Absolutely.
He's able to make a tackle, and that's what you want to do if you're Westwood. You got Lugoff-Elgin behind the chains due to the penalty. Don't give them something cheap.
They were trying to get a few of those yards back to set up a better second down, but it didn't really work. So still a long way to go. And the referees have a conversation again. Referees have definitely gotten their camera time tonight. So, Joe, this is...
Not sure what any of this is about, but...
Yeah, this could be interesting. I hope they let us in on it. I can only speculate. This may be another dead ball situation, but then, Joe, sometimes these conversations about where the ball is spotted and where exactly when the penalty occurred. You see, they're being animated now. There's a little animation in that conversation right there. Yeah, one referee acting it out. See, and then he did this, and then he did that.
You know how the ACC has kind of gone to where you can listen to the review.
Yes.
With the replay center and the official looking at the review, you'd kind of like to have the situation there where you can kind of listen in as to what this conversation is and kind of hear exactly what. I mean, because there's no flags on the field.
There's a lot of conversation going on right here.
Maybe we get the explanation now, and then maybe we might not.
Maybe it's none of our business.
They're going to go talk to. Oh, I think they've got to reset the chains is what they're doing. They when they called that penalty,
you might have been wrong.
Instead of 1st and 25, it just goes back to a first down because that was a play that picked up a first down.
Right.
And so instead of, I see what they're doing now. They're moving the chains back to where they marked off the penalty, and so instead of having 1st and 25, it should have been 1st and 10. So that penalty happened after a first down.
Right.
That's what they're talking about. They're resetting it. They're doing that after the fact, which is interesting.
And that's why what Coach Burns is saying right now is like we had a whole snap in between, and that might dictate how we do business had we known.
Can you go back and do that now?
Right.
Apparently they can't. Apparently that's one of those penalties.
Right.
This is a situation where after the fact, you can go back and fix a mistake, and that's what they're doing here.
Yeah, this is not great on the part of the officials, but the credit them for trying to correct it once it's understood, though.
So now instead of second and I-77, basically it's second and 4.
And I'm a fan of I-77 right now. That's the way home.
Yep.
So they're going to give this time, dancing in the hole right there, but nowhere. Just too many red jerseys. Great pursuit to the ball, and I'm giving them credit. And nobody got him on the ground, so you got to wrap up and finish the tackle. Jacquise Grant pushed that pile 4 more yards after I thought the play was over.
Well, I thought Westwood thought it was over too.
That's the therein lies the problem. Therein lies the problem.
There was a situation there.
And that's going to be an MUSC first. We're saying first down now. So, yeah, because it was still 1st and 10. So those last two plays going to end up being a first down. And MUSC first down. But you're right. Jarquez Grant didn't believe the play was over.
Hey, you go until the whistle, right?
That's how they coach it. They're supposed to. So, yeah, there'll be some things to work on over there on that sideline. That's another gash. Jarquez Grant getting warmed up now. And that offensive line, too, Joe.
Tell you what, that's 8 big yards, almost 9 on first down. And Lugoff-Elgin, if they can avoid shooting themselves in the foot with silly penalties. I mean, they lead 7-0, but you really feel like they have controlled this first half.
And that it's going to look like if they punch one in here and get a 2-score lead, it's going to look like it. But they did leave some out there. But it won't matter if they keep leaning on Westwood like this. And those MUSC first downs keeps piling up. 2nd and 2. And he's going to throw it this time because you can. Oh, what a job. High point the football. What a throw. What a catch. Strike up. The Lugoff-Elgin fight song, E.J. Richardson from Williams. And it's a touchdown in the SCDC end zone.
So instead of throwing the fade to Sadiq, they throw it to E.J. Richardson. You'll see it right here. Again, Williams takes the snap. Plenty of time, just hangs up the fade down the far side. Look at that, just gets leverage on the defender. Jumps right in front of the defensive back and lets him hear about it, too, when it's over.
And, which could have been a penalty. Dangerous behavior. Could have been another unsportsmanlike conduct.
But
so in the game again, Sutepanya. Ken Sutepanya splits it, dead solid, perfect, hands to the sky. And we'll step away with Lugoff-Elgin now up 2 tubs, 14-0 over Westwood. Stay with us.
We pickled everything, Sam. The big deal meal, Sonic Smasher, top of Grillo's pickles, pickled seasoned tots, pickle Rita slush, and a pickled foam. Sam, what have you done? Dude.
Welcome to Unfiltered Soccer. I'm your co-host Tim Howard, along with the legendary Landon Donovan.
Our collective MLS time, our collective Everton and national team time.
We both have a PhD in soccer.
The culture is very unique in our country.
There's just this element of soccer in America.
People want to hear honesty.
I'm big on my opinion and giving it straight down the barrel.
And we're both at an age now where we can be unfiltered.
Unfiltered Soccer, presented by Volkswagen. Tune in wherever you get your podcasts.
Welcome back inside. Folks are having a great time here in Blythewood, South CAC. Westwood Redhawks campus, 14-0 Lugoff-Elgin visiting. They're 31 miles apart. And we want to give a special thanks to the South Carolina Army National Guard folks for recognizing our scholar athletes each week. We'll introduce you to this week's nominees coming up at halftime. Look at that nice visual right there. The Red Hawk. Nice little tunnel entry they make every game.
Tell you what, Stacy, the Red Hawks need to get on the comeback trail here. 5:10 to go in the first half. That Lugoff-Elgin scoring drive, 43 yards in 6 plays, 2:45 off the clock. E.J. Richardson, a 25-yard touchdown pass from Zach Williams. And for E.J. this season, that's now 8 touchdowns receiving and 12 total for the year. And Ellie able to overcome a bad penalty in that drive and took advantage of the good field position. And you really feel like they have controlled this first half. I mean, they have been the aggressor. They played better football. And Westwood, they need to get off the deck here.
Westwood about to receive the kickoff, the Will Luger opportunity kickoff. They'll be returning left to right on your screen. But that was great dexterity shown by E.J. Richardson. He just went in there and just hung up and cut in front of the defensive back. Might have been interfered with a little bit, too. A flag did come down on that play, but it was on the defense. Nice pooch kick this time. Let's see if it's handled. Westwood at the 30, and as soon as he caught it, just got smashed. I believe that's 16 in there, but that's Dwight Lewis. Take a look at this touchdown. Joe, talk about it.
Once again, we'll see the touchdown. You'll see the fade that we'll get the end zone view this time. Williams, he'll just hang this ball up. Great adjustment to the football right there. E.J. Williams able to cut in front of the defender, as you just mentioned, makes the catch. And The Demons with a 2-score lead here. They look good in the first half.
They really have. And they're going to give it to Rio by the rest of those guys. A lot of jerseys in there. You can call them out.
Give Tristan Young credit for getting there first. Big number 45. And, you know, one of the concerns that LE had going into this game, I talked to Robbie Mays. He's the voice of the LE Demons on the radio. And then Jarvis Littlejohn, their coach. Could they stop Westwood from running the ball? And so far, they've been able to do that.
Because Littlejohn told us if they couldn't establish a run, it would look for good things for Lugoff-Elgin if Westwood couldn't get it established, and they have not got established. Rio's trying to drive his legs in, but just too much resistance in the middle there for Lugoff-Elgin. And Young, I think, again in their 45, and it's going to be third down in a passing situation for and this has been the backup quarterback in the game, Josiah Henry here. We don't know what happened. If it was just a coach's decision or getting banged up by the starter, Carrington Carter. But the game has been put in the hands of Josiah Henry hand.
Maybe we can get Claire to check in on that situation because Carter was their starter for sure.
Henry hand's a big quarterback.
He's a
size kid. Make a throw here, 6 yards to go. He's going to throw. He has a man almost intercepted. He was trying to get it to Rios and cut off. That ball could have gone either way. There's that Cash over there.
That was Cash Major who almost cashed in right there.
Cha-ching.
I was going to say he almost rang up the cash register on that one with a turnover, but he read that all the way. Almost came up with the pick. It's a 3 downs and out again.
He read the quarterback's eyes all the way, Joe, and it led him right to pay dirt. He almost paid a man. You almost got to pay the man right here. Wow. Took a look. Look at this. Watch this. He flowed right with it.
That's this. Great anticipation by Cash Major.
Properly guy. You saw how happy the teammates were for him. That's a good team spirit. They were really ecstatic on that pass breakup.
He was dialing for dollars.
Absolutely. Boy, I tell you, it was a slow punt that time. Got it up. And yeah, it's going to be, they got to, you got to watch that as the game goes on. They can get one, Joe, if they want one.
I'm telling you, Stacy, I saw it on the first punt. It takes a while to get there.
Yeah.
Lugoff-Elgin almost got the first one, and they almost got that one and forced a bad punt.
Look at Shabir Shadiq. He's dancing on the field. They're having a good time. And I tell you right now, you're going to see some aggressive play calling for Lugoff-Elgin right here. They're going to go ahead and try to, put a dagger in right here.
Well, you mentioned a minute ago that Westwood won the toss and they deferred it, so they'll get the ball first coming out. So if you're LE, you want to maximize this possession. This might be the last time you get it in this half. You want to go get some points here. Take a 3-score lead if you can.
Agreed, and the ball's at midfield, too. You can't beat this time. Shot players in the offering right here. Very confident sophomore quarterback in Williams. Got a tight end in motion. It's a low snap, though, and they're going to turn it into a run right here. And even that is going to go. That's going to end up working out. That's going to be a first down run for your young quarterback, Zach Williams, on a mishandled snap.
They have had issues with the snaps all night long. Yes. I'm not sure if that was a bad snap or he just dropped it. It's hard to go back and look at it again, but he's able to take that and make a first down out of that. How about that?
Yeah, that's got to be him. He got right at 10 yards. That's the MUSC, Medical University of South Carolina, first down, folks. And they're just driving them. You take a busted play and get 10, you can't help but be confident. They run the player in late. That's a tight end, Adam Cranford. Another bobble snap, and Williams just falls on it this time. He had time to pick that one up, but they got to work that out.
They are really having issues. They have just, how many of those have we seen tonight?
About at least four.
I think we're going to get a change at center, too, because
right now. You got to see a player running off right now.
Yeah. You kind of feel sorry for the young man, but you got to get that snap up where the quarterback can field it.
That's going to single-handedly keep Westwood in the ball game, though, because you're going straight backwards. You don't give your plays a chance to develop. So I think we're going to slide somebody over now. They're going to slide a player over to take the center position right here, I do believe. And it's going to be 2nd and 17. Pre-snap penalty. This is probably going to be on Lugoff-Elgin here again. So they're going straight backward skates right now.
Dead ball, false start on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Still 2nd down.
Clean feed right there, Joe. Crisp.
Doesn't that sound great?
Oh, man. Can't miss that.
We've got the best camera and audio people in the business.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. You got to love it when the official, it's like he's sitting right next to us.
Absolutely.
Love that stuff.
Right in the living room. That's Coach Littlejohn right there of the Gaffney Littlejohns. It's always been Littlejohns
right?
in that football program, yes. And he's one of them. 2003 state champ. Here's Littlejohn doing a great job at Lugoff-Elgin this year. Good snap this time, and they're going to roll out Williams. Oh, almost. It's picked. It's caught. That is caught that time. Westwood needed to play. They got to play. Zion Oliver delivers. And that's a momentum switcher with a minute 14 left in the half. Westwood needed it, Joe.
Oh, I'll tell you what. You're exactly right, Stacy. I mean, first turnover of the game for either team. And, boy, Zion Oliver, he read this like Cash Major read that one for Lugoff-Elgin. Watch it. He rolls out to the right. He fires the ball. Doesn't get quite enough on him. A lot of red shirts over there. A lot of traffic over there. And he makes the pick. And you might look back at that play as a potential turning point in this game.
Without a doubt, Joe. And he bobbled it on the way down and kept his dexterity with him, the adroitness. To keep his hand-eye coordination and slip. Absolutely. Get him on at the 43-yard line. Josiah Henry hand the quarterback. Let's see if they can get the ball into that playmaker. It's going to be a timeout called, Westwood. They want to get this thing right. The clock kept ticking here on our screen right here, but they got to have to put some time on the clock. He called that timeout about one. They never snapped the ball, so 1:14 should be on the clock. Take a look,
Another look at it this time from the end zone. Williams will roll out to his left or to his right rather, and just kind of underthrew that ball again. Just threw it into traffic. It looked like he wanted Landon Lyons as big tight end, as big junior tight end. And there was just nowhere to fit that ball into. One thing we'd heard about Williams was that he, gotten a lot more patient. Let plays just kind of come to him instead of trying to force something. Sometimes right there, he kind of forced that a little bit.
Sometimes a sophomore looks like a sophomore, but he hasn't looked like one most of the game. I'll tell you what, Lyons is a huge tight end, 6'3", 250. That's good size, buddy. He's about one burger away from getting put in the line. He better stop right there. One extra burger with some cheese on it, he might turn that 80 into a number 60. You better be careful right there, buddy.
Yeah, they're gonna put some time back on this clock. You see Coach Burrow stand there talking to the officials. That clock continued to run after the timeout was taken.
And they're gonna gain a second on it because it was 1:14.
They're gonna get 1:15 instead of 48.
But this is big right now. If you're
Lugoff-Elgin, Stacy, you don't want to give something over the top here. And anything down the field, you want it in front of you, and that's fine. Let them nickel and dime it down the field if they want to, but you just can't get beaten over the top here with some sort of big play. Keep everything in front.
And what you don't want to do, Joe, is help them with these penalties. There's so many post-play penalties. You want to make a good play and woof and bark and extra shove, and you don't want to help them down the field.
Exactly.
Penalty stops the clock and 3 yards. So you want to play the game clean and keep it in front of you, as you mentioned. So that's what we're looking at now. First down at the 43-yard line for Westwood. Henry hand, nobody there but Lugoff-Elgin. E.J. Richardson had him playing deep in coverage right there. Get us a good block on the right. He just Cadillacs across midfield. That's what you don't need. The one thing you don't need if you're Westwood.
I'm not sure where that ball was going, to be honest with you, Stacy. I mean, he just threw a ball up deep, and the only one really back there playing center field was E.J. Richardson. And just you'll see it right here, just like that. He's in business. You see Henry Hand, he just lobbed this ball up down the field. I guess he's wanting the receiver out there, Jaden Boyd, the senior wide receiver, number 20, but overshot Boyd, and the only person back there was Richardson, and now all of a sudden Lugoff-Elgin back in business with the second turnover back-to-back.
Both teams trading interceptions and ball around midfield, and that's how we spent in the last few minutes of the half. And now if you're Lugoff-Elgin, how aggressive are you going to be right here? I don't see any reason not to stay aggressive. Grant around the right side, he's going to get right at the sticks. That might be another first. I think he's going to get another first down. They're going to stop the clock to move the chains. They may not have to call the timeout.
I think they
did call it anyway. They called the timeout, yeah. But I think he might have got that MUSC first down over there. They're going to give it to him, yep.
He did. He picked up 11 yards, and that's a chain mover for the Demons. And boy, how deflating would this be for Westwood? All of a sudden, I mean, you go from the penthouse literally to the outhouse in 2 plays. I mean, you have a business chance to cut into a 14-0 lead. Time to go in the first half, a couple of timeouts in the pocket. You turn it over yourself, and now the Demons have it at the plus 39, and they go up 3 scores here at halftime. They're going to be feeling really good about themselves.
A huge mountain to climb for Westwood, a team, again, with a backup quarterback in now. We're not sure whatever the reason is, but they have not established the run like they wanted to. They haven't had any rhythm on offense.
Last year's game at Lugoff-Elgin, I was there. And LE had a big lead at halftime, but could not hold on. Westwood came back and won it 30-24. So, if you're Westwood, you go in down here, you can draw on that experience.
Absolutely.
And you heard Coach Burris talking about it. He's got a lot of seniors on this team.
Yeah, they remember.
It's an experienced football team here at Westwood. So, just because you're down in this first half, all is not lost. Another 24 minutes after this. But if you're Westwood, you've got to keep LE out of the end zone here, I would think.
You would think right now, if you're Westwood, your first order of business right now is you got to keep Williams in the pocket, and you got to watch 1 and 0. It's a lot to ask, but one is they're beside each other. They're on the right side of the top of your screen right there. Those are the two deep threats. So you got to keep an eye on those guys, and that's where he's looking. He looked right, and good pressure. Blocked. The Price was defeated. Batted, and it was two defenders behind him. It just split the defenders, though. That would have been a break Westwood needed right there as well. Yeah. Somebody got a hand on it.
It looked like there was a lot of mustard on that ball, too. He kind of put some heat on that fastball.
Yeah, no doubt. It was humming. But I like the formation they had. They had the two guys you got to contend with, and now they're going to move Sadiq to the left side. Richardson still up top to the right. See what they dial up right here. It's 2nd and 10. Williams is going to throw a little swing pass out right now. What they did, they ran everybody deep. They ran everybody off the ball and went underneath that time to 8, and that is Bryce Bradley.
Just a little check down to Bradley. He wanted to go down the field with it, but he knew he had a safety valve out to the side of Tay Silva.
Tay Silva, that 8 got before. That's another sophomore. They got me there. I thought it was an 8. It's a 9. We did that game earlier against Lower Richland. I don't think he played. I don't think he had a catch in that game, but that was a nice catch and run. It's going to make it 3rd and manageable. They can run it here. You got 2 running plays if you want to use the timeout. 42 seconds on the clock. So they don't have to pass right here. And they are going to pass right at the sticks. And I tell you what, DJ Richardson, if you mess around and don't make that tackle, he could have tightrope. And that's going to get MUSC first down. It's going to be right outside of the red zone, but that's a nice throwing catch. First down.
Stop route there by Richardson that time. Just go down past the sticks and settle in. Just turn and look for the ball, and Williams had it on him in a hurry.
He did. He put a little something on that one, too. They got him a little befuddled, Joe. 38 seconds. That only took 4 seconds on that play. And they can nickel and dime them all the way. With 38 seconds, you got plenty of time to throw short passes, especially if they're giving you the sideline. 4 wides in the formation. Cash Major in the backfield. He has Major out to the side if he wants it. He's going to run it. A nice move. That's going to be a first down. MUSC first down again for Williams inside the Jim Hudson red zone. Experience it once and you'll never forget.
They'll take a timeout here and leave him 1 in the pocket. But what a play by Williams. I mean, you talked about it. You called it. That he had Cash Major out to the right is kind of a little check down safety valve kind of play. But he looked over there, decided not to go that way, and then saw the green grass open in front of him. And he's able to scramble his way down to about the 12 and pick up another first down. And now the Demons have plenty of time. 28 seconds.
Yes.
You can work the field. 28 seconds. 1 timeout still left. You can work the entire field till the whole playbook is still open.
So you're now Jarquez Grant with the between the tackles run is still open. Richardson out wide. Sadiq. You got Cash Major in the game now. So you got guys that can make plays all around you. And then of course the legs of Williams, Joe.
Yeah.
He's been strong.
Weapons.
Yeah. He can
run
run
ways to score.
Yeah. So I mean, if you gotta like where you are if you Lugoff-Elgin. Westwood needs a play.
I'll be interested to see if they actually do go to Sadiq this time. We talked about it. I mean, Lugoff-Elgin has a number of touchdowns this season where they just lob the ball up to Sadiq and let that 6'4" kid go up and catch it. And he's not athletic enough and talented enough to go do that. Getting some interest is Shamil Sadiq, right? And
yeah.
We saw him against Lower Richland in game number 1. Yeah, he looked really good that night.
He was a Lenore Ryan committed at that point. Steelers are committed to Lenore Ryan, but we understand that some bigger schools are starting to ring the phone now.
Yep.
Let's see if they go up top here. He's to the right corner of your screen. They're looking that way. And he has all day long. Williams can make a sandwich back there. He can email folks. And there it is, a throw. And it was he went through his hands. So he was open, and it went through his hands. And it's a flag down in the backfield. The block might have been too good, Joe.
Got a holding call. I'm not so sure of two receivers on that back line. I think Williams thought that Sadiq was going to go to that back right corner, run a corner route. Instead, Sadiq cut it into the inside, middle of the field. That's why he didn't throw the ball right away. I think he wanted Sadiq in that back right corner.
Good point.
Offensive holding, 10-yard penalty, still first down.
Now with this penalty, Joe, this does take the run out a little bit. I think it takes the running play.
Yeah, I think so too. You watch this as a slow, slow developing play. Took a long time as he rolled out to the right. Then he wanted Sadiq. Sadiq kind of gave him a target on that back line of the end zone. But what I think is he wanted him in that back right corner.
I think you're right, Joe.
To start with.
Sadiq landed awkwardly. It's good to see he was okay, but he landed that right leg in a little funny position. 1st and 20. Rolling right is Williams. Not the way. That's going to be an interference. It was not the way at the last second by Tyrese Drakeford. They may get Drakeford and it's 2 flags. It's one toward the ball and one in the backfield.
I think you got another hold on LE, and I think you've got a DPI down the field.
So you got offsetting on that, it sounds like. And that's a win for Westwood because now it's 12.9 on the clock.
We have 2 flags on the play.
Yes, sir.
Holding on the offense. Pass interference on the defense. The old penalty, offset, replay down.
I'd love to see that DPI again. That looked like a pretty good pass breakup. That looked like a pretty good PBU down there.
We'll see if he got it early. It was very by split
show
second.
it to us. Watch this as he rolls out to the right. He wants this throw down here, and
that wouldn't call that one.
I don't know about that, Stacy. I think the Demons caught a break there. That looked like a good breakup there.
They did, because that would have taken them in reverse skate for sure. But yeah, we don't have striped shirts on, but I tell you what, that was I don't know. I thought that was a really good defensive play by Drakeford, the young man who's got a scholarship offer.
Like you said, now there's only 12.9 to go, so time is of the essence.
Yeah, Westwood wins in that. Anytime you take 6 seconds off the clock and nothing happened. This is over the middle right. He's going to try to get it all right here. Flushed out, good pressure. Might have been, it's another hold. It doesn't matter. It's going to be another hold. They held 43 because he was going to make a sack. 43 got held for Westwood, and it's going to come back. And it's another win for Westwood because now 4 seconds.
8 seconds go off the clock right there. And you also, push
it back.
Any potential field goal.
Yeah.
10 yards.
Westwood has gotten some breaks to stay in the game. They got to come up with some offense in the second half. And he's asking, the referee's asking Coach.
I'm moving him back. Yes, absolutely, I'm moving him back.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Because it doesn't matter what down it is. You only got 1 play left.
Exactly. One play exactly.
Period.
1 play left in this half.
Either way. I'd rather that play be from further back.
You're Jarvis Littlejohn. You just got to be just decide yourself a little bit because there have been points left on this field in the first half by Lugoff-Elgin.
Yeah, when they say you got to clean up some things, they got to clean up that because the penalties have really allowed Westwood to hang around this ball game. And Westwood has hurt themselves with penalties too, though. So here we go. This will be into the end zone, folks. I don't think you get 2 plays out of 4.3 seconds. Zach Williams going to the corner. It's the play we thought he'd make earlier. Pushing and almost, I tell you what, that was almost caught. That was very close. Westwood got lucky that time. E.J. Richardson's a playmaker. Number 0 right there in whiteness.
He gave the defender a little.
He did. They could have been offensive.
A little friendly nudge there. I thought he might have been able to come up with that.
Of course, Lexington Medical Center brings you our Coach's Corner each and every halftime. Lexington Medical Center is the only local independent hospital in the Midlands. We're here to care for you whenever you need us. Be well. And of course, the winning coach going into halftime is Lugoff-Elgin's Jarvis Littlejohn. So Claire will have Coach Littlejohn on the sideline. Claire, take it away.
Thanks, guys. Coach, let's start with your defense. They're doing a great job at efficiently keeping Westwood off the field. What do you like about what they're doing right so far?
They're swarming to the football. We talked all week about stopping the run, and we can control number 0 and 22 in the run game. We had a good chance to win the game.
And on that last drive there, a couple of penalties, but in general, your team is doing a great job at staying on the field on offense once the defense gets it back to him. You call your quarterback, Zach Williams, the general. How's he leading the troops so far tonight?
He had a little hiccup with a little interception, but he's doing a great job managing the game and getting to our playmakers. We'll brush up the penalties second half and come out and do the best we can to get the win.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Claire, and thank you very much, Coach Littlejohn at our Lexington Medical Center Coach's Corner. So stay with us. Halftime coming up here from Blythewood, South Carolina. Lugoff-Elgin 14, Westwood 0, the FNR Game of the Week.
Watch Fox Sports Zone is South Carolina's #1 sports leader for all sports coverage in the Midlands.
From your favorite South Carolina college teams
to your local high school matchups,
football, baseball,
basketball, soccer,
and so much more.
We take you straight to the sideline with interviews with coaches and players.
Plus, behind-the-scenes details to give you the latest on your local teams.
Watch Fox Sports Zone. Every sport, every season. Sponsored by Lexington Medical Center.
Is your child struggling in school? Do you know a child 16 to 19 years of age who has dropped out, lacks discipline, or is on a destructive path? Then give the Will Lou Gray Opportunity School a try. The military-style school provides an alternative education to young adults in need of a second chance by offering academic instruction by state-certified teachers and job-based training. Students live on campus during the 14-week program, which is virtually free. For more information, call us or visit willlougray.org.
Corrections is a team, a group of individuals working together to accomplish a shared goal, striving for correctional excellence to achieve a safer South Carolina, promoting security, demonstrating professionalism, serving with integrity. Corrections is unique. Security, medical, maintenance, food service, diverse positions that make us whole. Working to build something better together. This team is making a difference. Together, this team is making corrections.
The National Desk. Context and perspective from America's news now.
Am I getting a dose of toxic chemicals just by eating this food?
Follow-up investigative reports from the National Desk.
The connection to China and our food supply.
Choose America's news now, each weeknight from the National Desk.
The National Desk Weekend Edition, tonight at 12:30 a.m.
Welcome back again, folks. It's halftime here in Westwood, and we'll go down with our educator spotlight to Claire Foley and Principal Corey Wright from Lugoff-Elgin High School.
Thanks, guys. Here with the principal of Lugoff-Elgin High School, Corey Wright. Football team's being successful so far out here tonight, but your volleyball team is also doing well.
Yeah, they did a really good job with our coaching staff and our kids this year, and we went 12-0 in the region, so we're the region champions this year.
Very exciting, very exciting. And academically, things going well too?
We had a really good year last year with our EOC scores. All of them improved or maintained, and our AP scores have been phenomenal. So our kids and teachers deserve a lot of credit.
Great stuff. And we're giving some credit here tonight. You guys were our Car Hop winners of the week, so we have this for you, presenting from Sonic to Lugoff-Elgin.
Thank you. Thank you.
If he could change one thing.
Thank you, Claire Foley. And now, speaking of Scholar Athletes, brought to you by South Carolina Army National Guard, the Scholar Athlete this week for Lugoff-Elgin is none other than Preston Rhodes. Preston is an accomplished defensive player for the Demons, as well as a state qualifier in track. At school, he has a 4.481 GPA and says balancing academics and athletics has taught him the value of discipline, time management, and perseverance. In the community, Preston volunteers cleaning yards for the elderly and also volunteers at the local animal shelter. Preston plans to continue his education after high school and pursue opportunities that allow him to grow both academically and athletically and potentially study zoology. Congratulations, Preston Rhodes. You are Scholar Athlete of the Week, brought to you by South Carolina Army National Guard this week from Lugoff-Elgin. Good luck to you in all your future endeavors. Thanks for all that you do, and thanks to the Army for National Guard for that sponsorship. Stay with us. Second half action coming up soon.
When your comfort is at risk, who do you call?
At Kaminer Heating and Cooling, we'll never sell you something you don't need. You get clear options, transparent pricing with our straightforward pricing guide, and the final choice is always yours.
No pressure, no sales gimmicks, just honest answers.
At the Medical University of South Carolina, we're transforming heart and vascular care in the Midlands. With cutting-edge clinical trials and the latest diagnostic procedures, we ensure that every patient receives state-of-the-art care. We turn groundbreaking into life-saving. Because at MUSC, innovation is how we lead. Compassion is who we are.
If Jerry knew football the way Tom Brady knows football, he would in no way be able to handle it. Tom Brady knowledge is 10 pounds of football in a 5-pound bag of Jerry.
Come on, Ryan. You gotta look off the safety before you...
When the safety rotates down, just rip the seam.
Nobody knows football.
Come on, we can do better.
Like Tom Brady.
It's not that hard.
This is the Stewart Law Office's halftime report. One moment can change your life. Stewart Law Offices has 25 years of protecting the rights of the injured. Visit stewartlawoffices.net today.
Welcome back to halftime, folks, here in Blythewood, South Carolina. Lugoff-Elgin 14-0 on our FNR High School Football Game of the Week. We'll get out to the sideline now with our educator spotlight with our educator from Westwood High School, Claire.
Thanks, guys. I'm here with the assistant principal for instruction for Westwood High School, Kimberly Jeter. Now, you were just telling me there's a fun acronym that Westwood uses to try to encourage students.
Right. We want all our scholars to rise, but we have a great emphasis on the 3 E's, and the 3 E's being enrolled, enlisted, or employed. So it is our goal here at the castle that our kids have a choice of being 2 or 4 year college enrollees or enlisted in a military branch service, as well as being prepared for the world of work through employment and our employability and internship opportunities.
And it sounds like they're having a little bit of fun while they're here. It's homecoming night here at Westwood, hearing a lot of cheers in front of and behind us for these students. What does that mean to see the enthusiasm that they have for their peers?
It means a lot, because what we do here is we say we're a village, right? We are our students' village, and that we are a community of Red Hawks. And what we love to see, that the community is out enjoying the game. The scoreboard is not exactly what we would like to see, but guess what? We rise, and the RN rises for resilience. So I have all the confidence in our football team that when they come out, that we'll see the difference in the scoreboard.
Awesome. You heard it here first, guys. Thank you so much, Kimberly.
We'll send it up.
Send it up to you guys.
Thank you very much. And Claire and our educator, we appreciate that. Our Scholar Athlete of the Week this week for Westwood is Jaden Boyd. Jaden is an individual and team track state champion, all-state in track and all-region in football. At school, he has a 3.96 GPA. And in the community, Jaden is a Kappa League member. Next year, he plans on being a top recruit in football and track and would like to major in business management. Wish him the very best of luck in his endeavors. Thank you very much, Jalen, and congratulations on being an award winner for the Scholar Athlete of the Week, presented by the South Carolina Army National Guard for your school, Westwood Redhawks. We'll be back with more halftime coming up here from Blythewood, South Carolina, the campus of Westwood High School. 14-0, Lugoff-Elgin on top.
Friday Night Rivals Trophies and Awards are brought to you by Northeast Trophies and Awards, supplying the Midlands trophies since 1976.
High is now in session. Today's subjects: biology.
Name an animal with the long neck.
Dinosaur, long neck, yeah.
Let me ask you something. When the last time you seen one?
Anatomy.
Name a part of Steve Harvey that a woman might want to kiss.
Your six-pack.
The six-pack? Does she know who Steve Harvey is? You got to dig for it, but it's in there.
Get schooled with Family Feud.
Family Feud, weekdays at 5:30.
Watch Fox Sports Zone is South Carolina's #1 sports leader for all sports coverage in the Midlands.
From your favorite South Carolina college teams
to your local high school matchups,
football, baseball, basketball, soccer,
and so much more.
We take you straight to the sideline with interviews with coaches and players. Plus, behind-the-scenes details to give you the latest on your local teams.
Watch Fox Sports Zone. Every sport, every season. Sponsored by Lexington Medical Center.
Friday Night Rivals Trophies and Awards are brought to you by Northeast Trophies and Awards, supplying the Midlands trophies since 1976.
This is the Stewart Law Office's halftime report. One moment can change your life. Stewart Law Offices has 25 years of protecting the rights of the injured. Visit stewartlawoffices.net today.
Welcome back, folks. Halftime here. The score 14-0. Stacey Huff, Joe Cashin perched high up in the press box at Westwood in the castle. 14-0. How did we get to 14-0? I'm glad you asked. We have a whole moving picture show to describe it. Joe Cashin, take it away, sir.
Yeah, big first half for Lugoff-Elgin. All the highlights pretty much belong to them. You'll see Zach Williams right here. He'll fake the handoff. He'll take it around the right side. For the first score of the game with 3:38 to go in the first quarter, that put Lugoff-Elgin up 7-0. Then to make it 14, he throws a 25-yard touchdown pass to E.J. Richardson, capping off a short 43-yard drive. 14-zip Lugoff-Elgin. You see that pass a couple of times right there. Richardson just making a great maneuver on the defender right there. Adjustment to the ball. Williams rolling out here. He throws the one highlight for Westwood as the interception is made by Zion Oliver there late in the first half. Unfortunately, the Redhawks unable to cash in on that. I'm imagining we're going to watch the Lugoff-Elgin interception right here. We're going to do it right here. And once again, who is it back there? Number 0. E.J. Richardson. Guy makes all kind of plays for LA. You'll see it from the end zone right here. Just a deep ball. And he's back there playing center field. He makes the pick. And he's able to return that into Westwood territory. The Demons unable to cash in on that one, but they took a 14-0 lead into the half. That's where we'll start in the third quarter.
Great highlights for the first half. Let's take a look now around the country and our Thursday and Friday night broadcasts around the nation. Take a look.
The best Thursday night lights and Friday night rivals highlights from across the country.
Is Max Rebish. The long snapper is Kenny Jett. The kick is no good. It's blocked, but then caught by the Red Knights, and they find the end zone. Touchdown, Toronto. Michael Henry got his field goal blocked, caught it, and said, look what I found. Touchdown. In one of the most bizarre football plays you will ever see.
48 yards per score. He's in motion again. They throw behind the line of scrimmage. Double pass. Looking deep. Prince Terrence has it. Give him his crown again.
Right from his own end zone. Powell's got to get rid of it. He does. Throws it long. Has a receiver. And it's a catch by Jackson. Quintrell Jackson. One man to beat. Oh, my goodness. The Golden Gophers score again. Another City of Bessemer touchdown.
Here's Michael to throw. Over the middle. Ball tipped. And intercepted. That is Nicholas Alvarado with the pick.
This is a short kick. Picked up there by Scoop Smith. Reversing field, and he's dragged down. Oh. No, he's still on his feet. Scoop Smith reversing upfield. Look at Scoop. He tricked everyone. 70 yards.
We pickled everything, Sam. The Big Deal Meal, Sonic Smasher, top of Grillo's pickles, pickled seasoned tots, pickle Rita slush, and a pickled foam. Sam, what have you done? Dude.
Need better sleep tonight? Michaelis Mattress can get you on the bed of your dreams today. Michaelis Mattress has been helping people across the Midlands find the right bed for the right price for more than 35 years. We care about your quality of sleep, so you can trust us to put you on the best mattress for your specific needs. Get huge savings on popular brands like Sealy, Simmons, Serta, and Tempur-Pedic. Plus, get up to 60-month special financing. From something for the kiddos to something for your master suite, we have you covered with a huge selection. Michaelis Mattress. Buy it today. Sleep better tonight.
Corrections is a team.
A group of individuals working together to accomplish a shared goal, striving for correctional excellence to achieve a safer South Carolina, promoting security, demonstrating professionalism, serving with integrity. Corrections is unique. Security, medical, maintenance, food service, diverse positions that make us whole. Working to build something better together. This team is making a difference. Together, this team is making corrections.
Start Saturday strong with Big Noon Saturday.
Rocco Becht and Iowa State take on Iowa in the Cy-Hawk Series. It's Big Noon Saturday on Fox.
Saturday on Watch Fox.
Subscribe to Watch Fox on YouTube to see the content you may have missed on air. Engage with your community. Like, comment, and click the notification bell and never miss an update.
Welcome back, folks. 14-0 right before the start of the third quarter. It's time for our Lexington Medical Center Coach's Corner. And with that said, Claire Foley has Coach Burris on the sideline. Claire.
Thanks, guys. Coach, what's Lugoff-Elgin doing defensively right now that's challenging your offense?
I think they're playing a step faster than we are right now. So, we're going to do some things to adjust up front. They're giving us some trouble. They're good. I mean, they're playing very confident right now. So we're hoping our guys settle in right now. And, obviously with the quarterback situation, it's a little bit easier to defend us right now. But we got to figure out some things that we can do and piece together a drive.
With the penalties, what's it going to take to settle down and settle in?
Composure. We talk about it every day. We knew it was going to be some of this going on, a lot of emotions in the game for whatever reason. But our kids have to calm down and play football.
How much confidence do you have in their ability to get it done here in the second half?
A lot. We're one play away from being a one-score game. So, we got to play football. It's a long half. A lot goes on with high school kids, so we're going to stay in the fight and see what happens.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Thank you very, very much, Coach Burris and Claire down there. Lexington Medical brings you our Coach's Corner each and every week. And, of course, they're here to care for you whenever you need them. Be well. Look at those stats, Joe. What do you see there?
Yeah, I see a lot of domination there. I think you look at the total yards.
It might be flipped.
I think Lugoff-Elgin should have the 238 on their side of it. The Westwood just has not been able to get anything going. I mean, they've had little to nothing on offense here tonight. Of course, they had to go to a backup quarterback early. Still don't know what the situation there is, but the Demons have been able to run the ball effectively. They've been able to shut down Westwood's running game. And as we mentioned in the first half, that's one of the big keys for Lugoff-Elgin tonight, was being able to shut Westwood down from being able to run all over them. They've had difficulties stopping teams from running this year, have the Demons. They've done an outstanding job with that here tonight.
Well said, Joe. Then again, that reverse, I think it's 42 yards offense of Westwood, and they run the ball better. We know they have the playmakers. They get the ball first, so they're going to want to establish something right here. And this first drive is tantamount, Joe. Tantamount.
There's a long way to go in the game, but I think this is big to try to, for Westwood, this is big for them to try to get some traction and some momentum, like Coach Burris talked about. He feels like they got out-hustled and outplayed just listening to those comments. They didn't play quite as hard as Lugoff-Elgin did. If you read between the lines, is what he was talking with Claire about down there.
Yeah.
He wants them to come out here in this second half. I think this is big for them to come out and establish something, put some points on the board, and show they're back in this game.
Well said. Will Lugerie Opportunity School kickoff coming up, folks. Kicking off right to left on your screen will be Lugoff-Elgin. The Demons up 14-0. Returning left to right is Westwood, the home team, and they're going to see if that ball goes out of bounds. That's dangerous. That ball didn't have to. That's not a basketball. That ball did not have to go out of bounds right there. That was tough decision right there. That could have really gone poorly for Westwood right there.
It winds up being a good decision, but it could have been a disastrous decision if that ball takes a hop to the left instead of going out of bounds. That's a free football after 10 yards, and anybody can fall on it. But as it is, the Red Hawks are going to get good field position to start this final half.
Yeah, that pooch kick there, but I'll tell you what, that's you're right. You can't. You don't gamble on how football is going to bounce. You got to catch that thing. If you can get your hands on it, you got to corral that thing.
The football is shaped kind of funny, and it tends to take funny bounces.
It's not a basketball. I tell people all the time, that thing is not going to bounce the way just because you think it's going to bounce that way.
It tends to take bounces that you do not expect sometimes.
So 35-yard line is where they'll take over. Joe, like I said, tantamount for a reason, because you don't want to give Lugoff-Elgin a hot offense that's only hurt themselves. Lugoff-Elgin's hurt themselves with penalties. You don't want to give them the ball back down 2, in the second half like this and give it back to them. You want to get some on the board now to establish yourself. Of course, back in the game, the quarterback who did not start the game, check that, Josiah Henry here, number 17. Javon Howard, the running back to his right. He's going to fake it to Howard and threw it a little bit behind the receiver. That might have helped him get open. We got a track meet. They got a great track program. It's going to be a touchdown. Westwood strike up. The Red Hawk fights on. SEDC touchdown. That is number 20, Jaden Boyd, the scholar athlete as well, Joe. What a throw, what a catch, what a run.
We just talked about getting off to a good start. The Red Hawks wanted to do that. I'm not sure they thought 65-yard touchdown was in the offing, but boy, did they hit this one right here. And you see Henry Hand, he just gets the ball out of his hand in a hurry, and he gets it into the hands of a hot hand right there, number 20, Jaden Boyd. He goes 65 to the house. My goodness, what a start for Westwood.
Extra point, dead solid, perfect, low but true. Hands to the sky, the lead cut in half. Lugoff-Elgin 14, Westwood 7. It's a good one cooking here from Blythewood, folks. Stay with us.
Is your child struggling in school? Do you know a child 16 to 19 years of age who has dropped out, lacks discipline, or is on a destructive path? Then give the Will Lou Gray Opportunity School a try. The military-style school provides an alternative education to young adults in need of a second chance by offering academic instruction by state-certified teachers and job-based training. Students live on campus during the 14-week program, which is virtually free. For more information, call us or visit willlougray.org.
What makes Watch Fox local first?
Watch Fox News is local first because we tell the stories of the people.
From moments of joy to people achieving their dreams to moments of sorrow.
We have the privilege of telling your stories and also have the obligation of telling them correctly.
Tell them with grace.
And tell them with sensitivity.
It's not something that everyone gets the opportunity to do, and we take that responsibility seriously.
We put you first, which is what makes Watch Fox News local first.
Welcome back in, folks. That young man right there, Jaden Boyd, state track champion, just had a catch and run to cut the lead in half, 14-7. And with that in mind, Atkins Law Firm, folks, coming up in the fourth quarter, we'll announce our Atkins Law Firm player of the game. Looking for a workers' comp attorney? Remember, who you hire matters. Stacey Huff, Joe Cashin up in the booth, Claire Foley on the sideline. That young man has track speed. They had zero chance to catch him once he hit that third level.
He just walked away from defenders, too.
Yeah, just gone.
Often don't really see that. The guy running with the ball, walking away from defenders who don't have the ball, but he just walked away from those guys like they weren't even in pursuit.
It's right there in his bio. I just read it at halftime. He's a scholar athlete for Westwood. He says he's an individual and team state track champion, and he hopes to be a track recruit by next year, his senior year. He's only a junior. And we know early in the game they did try to get him the ball in a long third and long situation. So we'll look for opportunity school kickoff coming up now, and that's what they needed. You know, asked for and received the opening second half touchdown for Westwood, kicking off left to right on your screen to Lugoff-Elgin. Will Lou Gray, over 100 years, helping students build a better future.
And if you're the Demons, you got to answer that because one score could lead to another one
right.
quickly.
And, you know, Coach Burris said it, and it's bobbled just like that. Now, this could set up a good return. And that's Jace Coleman, the defensive end, who has good speed, by the way. He's running. And a lot of stuff, there's some stuff away from the ball, just a lot, just right there after the play, a lot going on. They saying the ball came out, but the momentum had been stopped. There's a lot of extras going on in this game. Let's go down to the sideline with Claire Foley. What's going on, Claire?
Guys, nearing the end of the season, you have a better scope of where teams are now compared to where they started. I asked Westwood head coach Stephen Burris who's the most improved on his Red Hawks squad this year, and the first name he said was Mushin Yakub. You might not realize it from his extra point and that kickoff there, but the sophomore from Ghana had never even watched a football game, let alone kicked a football before this season. Burris says Yakub was on the soccer team and came to him in the spring knowing he needed a kicker and said, hey, I'll give it a shot. He went 4 for 4 on PATs last week with a field goal on top of it. So he's come a long way, especially considering Coach Burris says he came to him just a few minutes before the start of their first game and said, so, hey, Coach, when do I do this kickoff thing?
That's great stuff, absolutely. They call him Moose, Musine Jakub, and from Ghana. And, yeah, he never played soccer, but never even watched a game. That is a great story. His teammates love him. Only a sophomore, And that first play to try to answer, Lugoff-Elgin gets about 4 yards on the short pass, Joe.
And once again, having problems with the snap. The snap was in the dirt.
Absolutely. This will run wide and going to be reversed the field. And now, all of a sudden now, you get momentum. 43, the first man in on the action. Prince Morgan made a royal-type surge into the backfield. And then finished up by 41, A.J. Mobley. And guess what? A flag.
I think it may be against Westwood, too.
Personal foul. They're saying personal foul. This is Coach Burris talked about this. Two things he said, and we'll get to it after this call right here.
Offensive holding.
Okay.
Well, so much of that being on Westwood.
Yeah.
I saw a Lugoff-Elgin player clapping, but
acting like it was a personal foul. But
yeah,
one thing Coach Burris said was in a interview coming out of the locker room to start the half. He said a lot of things happen with kids. We just need one play can make it a one-score game, and it was one play, one-score game. So he could have requested better. We have an injured Red Hawk on the field. They're going to tend to him right at midfield.
That was a tentative run play by Lugoff-Elgin right there. Even though they still got the penalty, that was kind of tentative running.
Yeah.
That time by Jarquez Grant, and we didn't mention it on first down, but I mean, once again, a bad snap in the dirt. Then you have the snap there, so this will be. I guess they're going to take the penalty and make it second down and long, but. Lugoff-Elgin really needs to put something together here. Even if they don't score, don't just turn right around and give the football back to Westwood right after they came out and hit you with a 65-yard strike to start the second half. And after a first half that Lugoff-Elgin really dominated, but I still feel like, Stacy, you and I believe that they left some points on the field in that first half. And 14-0 probably should have been a little bit bigger, but now they've got to try to figure out a way to dial back up that intensity.
You think about the old phrase, letting somebody hang around, and that's the epitome of Westwood has hung around. Penalties both teams, but if you look off Elgin, you play a clean game. This may be out of reach right now already. Second down and a long haul. They're going to give it to the playmaker, Sadiq. Sadiq around the 50. Sadiq, the 40, trying to shake a man. I tell you what, that's a touchdown-saving tackle that time by number 5 in red, Zion Oliver. He was about to take that down 77.
I tell you what. I just watch him run, Stacy. It's just so the athleticism of a 6'4" youngster just takes that ball. Little pitch pass is what that is. Yep. He's coming in orbit. Pitch it to him and just let him get to the corner. Great blocking by the Demons, and Sadiq does the rest.
Cameron Heating and Cooling first down that time, keeping you comfortable in your home since 1956. Cameron had nowhere to go. Just a team meeting. Red jerseys there, and they're going to clean it up at the end. He took a big pop there. And that's just a great surge to the ball by Westwood. He gets up slow right there. He got popped at the end of that one, Joe.
Yeah, he got popped by Cannon Whitaker, who unloaded on him.
Came in like a shot?
He came in exactly, just like a shot. Also, Prince Morgan right there. He had a fresh tackle right there.
Prince Morgan was coming to America. You got Cash in the game and our Cash Majors in the backfield.
Look out now. Look out.
The all-name team looking right. E.J. Richardson is going to catch that in front of a defender, trying to make a man miss, and he's going to get right to the sticks and a face mask. It's going to be a first down plus the big joker. The ball's going to be inside the 10-yard line. And another flag after the play. There was a face mask and then a post-play flag. A lot going on over there, a lot of chicanery. That's just too much activity after plays in this ball game. It's inside the Jim Hudson red zone. So you should look at the referees are tired of it. Look at the bottom line.
They look frustrated, don't they?
Yeah, they're tired of it. It's like some misbehaving kids. Like we've sent them to the room with no dinner. We've grounded them. We restricted them. What else can we do? This is getting to be too much.
We have 2 flags on the play. Dead ball, personal foul on the defense. Dead ball on sportsmanlike conduct on the defense. Both fouls will be penalized.
Okay, so the ball's going to be placed probably inside the 10-yard line, it looks like, and when it's all said and done. And that's just too much. Westwood cannot afford those kind of penalties.
That's the 4th major penalty they've had here tonight, that by my count, and I might have missed one.
Burris is rightly frustrated on the sideline.
And that doesn't count a couple that we've had both offsetting personal fouls. So, I mean, this is 4 that have been stepped off. So, Lugoff-Elgin, this is what they needed to answer that touchdown. They put together a nice drive here, mainly on that big play to Sadiq, 30-yarder.
inside the Jim Hudson Automotive Group Red Zone. Experience it once, and you'll never forget. I'll tell you what, a lot of playbook is wide open right here. They have so many weapons on this Lugoff-Elgin offense, man, and the biggest part of which is that huge offensive line. Grant to the left of Williams. That's a nice end zone shot right there. And they're going to give it to Jarquez Grant, dancing in the hole, spinning, and that's a good job by Westwood and limit that to just a 2-yard gain. Because Lugoff is trying to mash him, Joe. There's no secret here.
Yeah, this is going to be mano a mano up there.
Yeah, not a lot of trickery.
See who's got the most down here. As the Demons are trying to go in and get that 2-score lead back.
And they're not, they're taking their time as well. I mean, they're very composed and patient with this call here. And I don't think a lot of fancy stuff going on here, but you do have 2 playmakers, Richardson and Sadiq, to the right of Williams. They may look that way. Another bad snap. And you know what? Just a loss of 2 on the play. That's a good job by Westwood making them pay for that bad snap.
Boy, LE is just, I don't know what's going on up there with the center quarterback exchange, but it has been a major, major problem for them tonight.
I tell you what, I give Williams credit for being a poised sophomore, because I tell you what, I would have lost it right now. I would have been a problem.
That could have easily been a turnover, Stacy.
Yeah. I wasn't that teammate that was going to be okay with that right there. I was going to have a whole lot of harsh conversations. Like, what are you doing? What team are you playing on tonight? I need you to get it together.
Demons got to figure that out.
Yeah, that's about 5 I count now, maybe 6 bad snaps in this ball game. That's a good one, and he's going to look.
He's got a man wide open.
Yeah,
holy
jumping jacks. Is that Richardson? No, that's Jarquez Grant.
That's Jarquez Grant.
He was literally jumping up and down in the air, Joe.
They did not account for Grant sneaking out over to the right. He was so wide. The only person over there was the guy holding up the down marker. That's it.
That's his closest defender. And that's going to be fourth and 1. I know they're going to keep him on there, but they may get this touchdown. They're doing it the hard way, though. They had he could have thrown it to him underhanded, Joe.
He almost could have walked out there and handed him the ball and said, here, take it in.
You're right. They forgot about Grant. They're going to do the tush push right here. Well, he didn't have to. He just eased in right there. The referee did that. Thought he got in. That's a touchdown. Lugoff-Elgin, hands went to the sky there. I thought he got in. He initially got knocked back and went in again. But that's frustration on the side of Westwood. But Lugoff-Elgin, despite penalties, despite the bad snaps, they get in and extend the lead back up now to 27. Extra point, I'm making a 14-point lead as Ken Sutapanya in for the extra point. Take a
Watch it right here. He's just going to take this ball, and they're going to try to, like you say, push him into the end zone. There's just a mass of humans right there in that picture, and somewhere in there, Williams is able to break the plane to the goal line and get in the end zone, and that's massive for LE. 58-yard drive. They're able to punch that in, get the touchdown, and take a 2-score lead back.
6 foot, 175. They got him as a senior on that graphic right there. I believe he's a 10th grader.
He is, yes.
He's a sophomore, and his future's bright. He's only going to get bigger and stronger. Already seems very poised. Again, I would have blown the gasket, man. The second bad snap, it'd have been on TV.
That's a second touchdown run. Yeah. Second one he's run in, and the third one that he's accounted for all 3 LE touchdowns in this one. He threw also that 25-yarder to Richardson.
31, Elijah Smith been walked off the field, the junior linebacker for Westwood, banged up on the play. And they want to flag Westwood jumping up and down. They thought there was movement. They feel like they got robbed of a penalty right there. They're saying somebody flinched. Hands to the sky, 21-7. 2-touchdown lead again for the Demons over the Redhawks. Stay with us.
At Atkins Law, we believe who you hire matters, but don't take our word for it. Hear it from our clients.
From the front desk to the paralegals answering my questions to DeWanna having my back, I couldn't ask for a better team of professionals.
From my first phone call to meeting Joe in person, I knew I was going to be in good hands.
Holly has a great practice, and her various experiences brings tons of knowledge to each of her clients.
Remember, who you hire matters.
When your comfort is at risk, who do you call?
At Kaminer Heating and Cooling, we'll never sell you something you don't need. You get clear options,
transparent pricing with our straightforward pricing guide, and the final choice is always yours.
No pressure, no sales gimmicks, just honest answers.
Welcome back, folks. 21-7 here on the Sonic FNR High School Football Game of the Week. Glad to have you with us here. And, of course, during the fourth quarter of tonight's game, we'll be highlighting the school bus stop of the game. The law in every state requires drivers to always stop for a school bus when the stop arm is out and the red lights are flashing. Look at those spinning wheels. I love it. They got little spinners on there. Fancy bus. Who did that? Who came up with that graphic? They need an award. Stacey Huff, Joe Cashin in the press box, Claire Foley on the field as a sideline reporter, and it's the Will Lugray kickoff coming up. Once again, we've had quite a few kickoffs. It's been mostly Lugoff-Elgin kicking off. They're kicking off to Westwood again. Westwood took the opening third quarter kickoff and marched down the field. It was 3 plays and a TD. Need to do that again now. Will Lugray, 100 years, helping kids. And they let it hit the ground again, Joe, and it bounced out of bounds. Listen, and it's a flag. Of course, they're going to place it at the 35-yard line, but that's dangerous letting the kickoff touch the ground.
It really is, isn't it?
I mean, a lot of bad things can happen. And again, you're not going to get really wealthy gambling on how a football is going to bounce. That's not going to be a high percentage for you. You just don't know. But they let that one go again, and it did go out of bounds. But sooner or later, one's going to check up on them, and it's going to be a Lugoff football.
Takes a funny hop, Stacy, that oblong-shaped
yes, sir.
Pigskin.
Yeah, Will Lugray Opportunity School kickoff is really interesting. 100 years helping students build a better future. And now Henry Hand, the quarterback that came in reserve, and we've learned that starting quarterback for Westwood, Carrington Carter, the senior, number 4, he's been out. He's banged up. He has ice on his shoulder's been iced.
And that happened early, too, in this game.
Yeah, he's out. So we didn't wonder what happened. We didn't see the play that happened on, but it's going to be a give to Javon Howard, and he has a nice leg action, nice forward drive that time, and he's going to get about 6 on the play. Westwood coming out like a team that's really trying to have a sense of urgency down 2 scores.
Well, they need to. They need to have some urgency about the game.
Yeah, Javon Howard, only a sophomore. He's got a bright future as well. Rios is only a junior. They both will be back next year. But they definitely need to do it, especially if you're going to do it on the ground, Joe. It's halfway through the third quarter, down 21-7. Westwood in all red. Lugoff-Elgin in white jerseys, red trousers. Boyd, the touchdown man in motion. Give to Howard on the left side. He cuts it back into the middle. He has room. This is another race. Javon Howard across the 30. He got ankle, the 20, the 10, touchdown, Javon Howard, and just like that, Westwood cuts the lead again. Strike up the Red Hawk fight song, SCDC touchdown. This big play game, Joe.
Their first play from scrimmage in the third quarter was a 65-yard touchdown. Their third play from scrimmage in the third quarter is a 58-yard run for a score. I'll watch it right here. And again, and he just takes the handoff, gets some really good blocking at the point of attack. Let's give some credit where credit is due. Looked like couldn't get that number there, but I mean that was just maybe Nigel Woodard on the block right there. Extra point is good. And
up and good. Moose.
Wow, look at that.
The Moose, Yakub with an extra point, and 21-14 is your score. 6:22 left in the third quarter. Stay right here with them, Joe. And I mean, you talked about the scoring drive. It's been sudden. That's Howard on your screen right there. Only a 10th grader. Bounced it inside. It was shut down, and it's good vision, right? Stick-to-itiveness, cut it inside, and another sprint to the end zone for Westwood.
2 explosive plays by this Westwood offense here in this second half, and Howard right in the middle of all of that. He goes 58 yards right up the middle, got some great blocks in there, and just they keep the pressure on. This LE defense really needs to try to figure out something.
They got vision right there, that cutback.
And it was looked like Jalen Donaldson, 16, was the one who really, that was the one that sprung it. Yes. Up the middle. Give Donaldson credit for the block that sprung that play. And
wide receiver, got a good blocker from the wide receiver that time. No penalties, it was a clean play. And I mean, you feel like this game has been kind of hovering. We've been going back and forth to a possible Lugoff-Elgin comfortable win to Westwood, just a surge that can steal it at the end. I think that's what it's going to be going into the fourth quarter. I think it's in a balance. The team that plays the cleanest and eliminates penalties, Joe, might walk away with this ball game. Both teams have hurt themselves with penalties.
Big time.
Both teams.
Big time. Westwood hurt themselves with two major 15-yard penalties on Lugoff-Elgin's last drive, which put them at first and goal range at the 5, and the Demons were able to cash in on 4th and goal.
Yeah. Lugoff-Elgin offensively have hurt themselves. They have some plays nullified. So now we'll see what kind of kickoff we have here. Coming from Westwood, left to right on your screen. Will Lugray opportunity to score kickoff once again. Westwood trailing 21-14. This is a young man we talked about, Musin Yakub, the sophomore from Ghana. They call him Moose. Check that. Is he kicking this one? Yes, I don't know if he's the one kick. Yeah, he's going to kick this one.
It looks like Christian Baden is kicking this one.
They're changing. Yeah, Christian Baden is kicking off the long distance kick right here. He's squibbing it. Oh, and this is Jace Coleman. Jace Coleman was trying to go to the house with that, Joe. He tried to catch that. He was thinking end zone right there.
That was a tremendous play by Coleman. I mean, that is a line drive shot that's coming right at him.
That's an athlete.
And that's an athlete making a play, Stacy. I mean, he caught that ball, I don't know how, and was able to catch it and secure it. And he has it in plus territory at the 46. Tremendous play.
Absolutely. I know his parents, Kenesha and DeMonte Coleman, making the parents proud of him over there.
This is just a line drive shot that Coleman. It looks like he's anticipating this all the way.
He was. He caught it in stride, and he got up and gestured. If he'd have split one more guy, the defensive end was going to take that to the house. And they're in business now. That hard clap got Westwood to lunge, and they're going to get 5 free yards. They did the hard clap, and here we go.
Dead ball. Enforcement on the defense. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Free yards are just a blessing in football, right? Free yards.
Westwood really has not helped themselves in the penalty department.
So now 1st and 5. Jaquise Grant to the left of Williams. Zach Williams has played a solid game at quarterback. 2 touchdowns by leg, 1 by arm. Grant might get it here 1st and 5, and it is Grant. Oh, he pulled it, and it's going to be Shamil Sadiq. He just makes something happen every time he gets the ball. He gets a little extra, then gets a forward lean. It's going to be a first down. Cameron heating and cooling first down for Lugoff-Elgin.
Now they need him to get up.
Hope he's okay. Got his legs tangled up at the end of that play. And that was interesting the way that he went down at the end there.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a lost debit card belonging to Brielle Kia.
Don't let the way he's down face first. He's roll over now. So it might be a cramp.
He may be cramping up the way he's lifting that leg. And yeah, I thought they're going to stretch him out. That hopefully is not serious. But that was just an RPO to Zach Williams. I thought he might ride that off to Jaquise Grant, but at the last second he's able to pull the football and fire the strike to Sadiq, who's able to pick up a first down.
Joe, we've been around football a long time. What do you think the odds are that Sadiq mentioned to a sophomore quarterback, hey, look at me a little bit in the second?
I think the odds are pretty high, honestly.
hey, bud, just take another gander. Take a gander.
He's cramping up something fierce, though.
Yeah,
that left.
It's a bad one. It's a bad one, yeah.
That calf is really locking up on him.
Yeah, you can see it. You can even see it.
Yeah. They're going to need him down the stretch for the last quarter and a half, because Westwood is certainly more engaged in this thing in the second half than they were in the first. I mean, they've hit LE with 2 explosive touchdowns here to start this second half, and they're going to make a push here. They're still a possession behind, though, so I don't know, how Westwood, unless they get a stop, they're going to have to steal a possession at some point.
Right. I mean, and I think the chance is going to be, man, they've had some guys, they've had some plays where they tried to dig the ball out. The first man in, they had a play in the second quarter where they tried to have the guy stood up. They tried to pull it out as he went down to the ground on Grant. I think they're going to have to do something like that. Something has to happen to flip the momentum here, because they can't trade scores here. And Lugoff-Elgin seems to be really, when they don't have penalties, they seem to be really heavy clicking. Counter step this time and a give to Grant, and he got hit and the helmet's off. They got to watch the extracurriculars here. But he got pounded at about the 28-yard line. Big hit. Yeah, Justin Washington laid the wood right there. Somebody lost the helmet. Somebody has to go out the game because of the helmet came off for Lugoff-Elgin.
Okay, it might have been the tight end that lost the helmet.
Here we go. It's going to be second down. It looks like about 9. 2 wides in the formation. It's Cunningham and Richardson in the route right now. And Richard, he just going to throw it out of bounds. We'll throw it out to the parking lot.
He wanted Richardson right from the jump, but Zion Oliver was over there to kind of, tie him up at the line of scrimmage a little bit. Gave him some contact over there. He couldn't get off that. Richardson couldn't get off that and get open.
Well, Oliver's trying to put a solid game. Here and Richardson and Hamilton, they still talking. They've talked all the way back to their respective positions right there. There's a lot of chatter after that play. I think after that touchdown, Richardson kind of got Oliver's face earlier.
Javen McLean over there in the area too. Give him some credit on that coverage.
3rd and 9 and back in the ball game in the slot to the right of Williams is Shamil Sadiq, number 1. And he's looking that way. And he's going to Richardson. This may be out of bounds. He just couldn't keep it in mind. He sailed on him a little bit. Richardson being defended over that side over there by number 12, Javian McLean, well defended, and Williams just ran out of room. They're going to stay on the field on 4th down, though, John.
I think you go for it here. If you're Jarvis Littlejohn, from where the line of scrimmage is at the 26, now you're looking at like a 46-yard field goal if you try to. And it looks like that's what they're going to try to do. Either that or they're going to.
Sapanya.
You don't want to really punt it here. This is Torrin Price. Well, no, you're right. Price will hold it.
Yes.
And then Sudapanya will kick it.
Sudapanya, 5'10", 185.
44 yards where they got the spot, so.
I'd love to see if he can get the distance there or a fake. He's going to kick it. It's got the distance. No, it does not. It was short. It's going to be a flag down. I don't think was it a timeout or a flag. The play didn't count. We know that. It's a flag.
The live game on the offense.
Now they're going to punt.
5-yard penalty. Go 4th down.
I think I almost had to punt this, Joe, because he was about 3 or 4 yards short on that one. It looked good. It was on point. Just a little short. So they're going to bring in now the
this kind of stuff. Just
punt team. Yeah, they're bringing in the punt team. Number 22 will punt it now. Torrin Price.
Well, you take over. You start this possession after a great kickoff return by Jace Coleman. You start at the plus 46. You can't get anywhere.
Well, you talked about what Westwood needed. They needed a stop right here. They needed a spot. And the ball, he missed it. He whiffed. That ball was loose. He whiffed the punt. Joe, he barely got his foot on the ball. And you can't ask for worse for Lugoff-Elgin and better for Westwood right there. He barely got a foot on the ball, and he rolled about 3 yards.
I think it rolled back to the original line of scrimmage.
That could have been Westwood. If they were paying attention, the Westwood could have got that
Scoop and score.
Yeah, absolutely. They were going the other way.
But now you've got a penalty after all of this. Once again.
Is it because he fumbled it? Because it's a movement? Because he mishandled it? The ball? I don't know. Look, I don't know if it slipped out his hand, Joe, or whatever. But his foot did not make contact with the football.
I don't think it did either. I think that's what they're talking about here. I think that's what the discussion is. I didn't. You see the white hat. He's making a motion with his foot, like, if he made contact with that ball, I don't think it can be advanced by the kicking team behind the line of scrimmage
That's what
like
it is.
that.
That's what it is. His foot did graze it, and I'm just trying to understand how did it only graze it though.
Are we even sure that he actually touched it? I'm not sure he touched that ball.
They're gonna wave it off.
They're gonna wave it off now. Okay, so no harm, no foul, I suppose.
But yeah, but anyway it turns out, that's bad for Lugoff-Elgin, good for Westwood. It was gonna be. Take a look here. It is right here.
Here it is again.
I thought he might have got a little piece
good.
of.
Snap's good. Let's see.
Oh, it hit the ground first, then he kicked it.
Yeah, he hit the ground, and then it hits Cash Major in the back of his leg.
And back comes Westwood, first down with a lot of momentum. Going up top, here's a man over there. That's a flag. There should be a flag on Lugoff-Elgin. He had a handful of jersey and no flag. The ball could have been caught, but Boyd was grabbed. His jersey was pulled tight. They didn't see it, Joe. I think you and I saw it. I think the people on this sideline, take a look at this.
Hey, that's a great ball right here. You see it.
He
Henry
has
Hand throws it up.
whole jersey.
He's got a handful of jersey right there. He does, and breaks up the pass. But the home fans are voicing displeasure. That's a break, I believe, for the Demons there.
Boyd, the sprinter, he's running past people, though. He's heating up. They're going to keep trying to get him the ball. Going to be a give to Howard, and he spins out of the ball's on the ground. The ball got knocked out of his hand, I think recovered by Westwood, but that ball got knocked out.
The ball was out, definitely.
Somebody got a hand in there.
But I think the Red Hawks retain possession.
This is going to be a frustrating drive. They don't get a first down here. It's going to be a very frustrating drive. You got to hold the interference that was missed, a fumble.
Let's see here.
Somebody's got a right hand on it right here.
Off to
Right
Howard here.
Right here.
Man, the ball just comes out. Looks like number 8, Bryce Bradley, was able to strip that ball. So a big play here for both of these teams.
You're right. Momentum in the balance right here, I think. Henry Hand looking left. Nice little lob out. He got to beat a man. There was nobody, not a sure tackle, but he had to make a couple guys miss. Still churning. Great effort that time by the young man, Quentin McGill, but just too many white jerseys, Joe.
And this is going to be kind of interesting. I thought.
Did they go for it here?
That's kind of what I'm kind of, mulling over in the head here. Just kind of think. I think Stephen Burris is going to kick this ball away, but you make it close enough to maybe kind of think about it, but there's still a long time to go in this game, and Westwood defense got to stop the last time around.
And it looks like it's going to be a different punter, because I thought early in the game it was Sharif Pitts punting the ball. It looks like Howard's going to punt it.
This is Javon Howard back there.
And this timeout called Lugoff-Elgin. Maybe they expect a little something right here. Maybe we'll be prepared for it.
Well, be prepared, but don't jump offside. They might try to pull them off because it's 4th and 4, and they're probably saying, look, guys, don't go for any hard count or anything like that. Stay disciplined. Let that ball get snapped first. There's no need to be in a hurry here, because if you get offside, you jump off sides here, it's a first down for Westwood, so maintain your discipline.
Well said, Joe. I think that's exactly right. If I'm Westwood, the very least I do is try to hard count them a couple. Even if I end up punting it, you got to try it.
Hard count all the time, all the way here.
Yes. And so, 5 free yards will take a lot of pressure off, the decision making here. But either way, both teams come up with stops now. And I tell you what, Lugoff-Elgin got away with one. They got to. That was a.
If you're going to throw the flag for interference, that was probably a pretty good opportunity to do it right there.
Yes. A handful, and the board almost caught the ball anyway, though.
He did.
So I think we'll see more of him. He's clearly a playmaker. So they're coming in now with Howard in position to punt it. Let's see, as you mentioned, Joe, they do a little hard count here. No, he's going to punt it. It's a high one, too. I don't know if not. They wanted more distance on that. Not a great punt, but it's high. And it goes the wrong direction. Fielded at the 40 or 39-yard line. Not exactly ideal for Westwood, but their defense will come out now and try to get another stop.
The Demons once again in great field position. They've had it at their 42. They've had it at the plus 46, and now they get it at the 40. Their own 40, so.
Yeah, mark it at the 40-yard line. And that last couple of drives were interesting both ways. And I keep saying, I think, the next team to put something together, either Lugoff-Elgin is going to take control of the game or Westwood's going to make it real suspenseful in here. But again, momentum in the balance. Under 4 to play in the third quarter. Stacey Huff, Joe Cashin, and Claire Foley here on the call. Glad to have you with us. Jaquise Grant across the 40, spinning across the 45 to the 46-yard line, and it'll be second down and 4 yards. Nice surge, Joe.
That's what you want if you're the Demons. You want to pick up yards on first down and get that running game going again with Jaquise Grant and that big offensive line. Grant got a little dinged up right there, so he's going to head over and get checked out.
Sting on that left arm. Yeah, he's dangling that left arm, little stinger there. That brings your guy Cash Major in at running back. Not a huge guy, but he plays so tough. Both sides of the ball. And they're going to give it to Cash Major this time. He's going to run between the tackles and sticks it up in there. And he's going to be a couple yards short. It's going to bring up third and very short, about 1.5 yards to go. They can Jarquise Grant may come back in, the bigger back. So we'll check on his health in a minute. But that line is huge, though. I mean, look at those guys. They're rangy.
Ellie had a pretty decent line last year, but I think they're a lot better up front this season.
Yeah, I mean, they really
Bigger
fire
and
off.
better.
Yeah, they fire off. Athletic, man. They fire off the ball, yeah. So we'll see if they go to the air or keep it on land. Cash Major, the running back. And they're going to, he has him out wide. He's going to throw it to him. It's an easy run if he just catches it. And he shoots the gap. Showed the Jets. Cash Major across the 40, inside the 40-yard line to the 37. There's a Cameron Heating and Cooling first down. Good throw, good catch, good play call for Lugoff-Elgin.
Well, this time you saw Zach Williams with his check down. But I think there may be a
little malfeasance. I didn't see the flag. Is that a hold? I'm trying to see the gesture there.
I never saw the flag unless it's been, okay, I see it now. It's at 45.
Yeah, the referee, I can see his arms. I don't know if it was almost like a delay of the game signal, but they're across the way. I think it's going to be a hold on Lugoff-Elgin. It is.
Illegal block in the back on the offense. 10-yard penalty, still third down.
So according to the Stacey Huff theory, the momentum's still in the balance.
Well, it makes it 3rd down and 5 now instead of 3rd down and 2. So this is still manageable, still ahead of the chains here. And I like that play with Cash Major out there. They got Jarquise Grant back in the ball game.
And what that does by stretching the field wide like that, you also are going to have them watching that. And a guy like Sadiq can get to that second level.
Yeah,
that's what it's open up now. They're going to do it. They're going to do the same thing with Jarquise Grant, the same play. And this time they were ready for it. They didn't do anything off of that. It's the exact same play. Westwood was ready.
It's a big stop by Westwood because sure Coach Little John will punt this ball away on his side of the 50.
2:09. Now the first half kind of flew by. This third quarter's been long.
This has taken a minute.
Yeah, a bit. A spell. And even this has been deliberate. It took his time bringing in the punt team, touring.
Lugoff-Elgin needs to punt this ball away. They don't need to have the mishap that they did the last time. That was kind of a debacle.
Exactly. Torrin Price in again. And he gets a high kick. He's going to land at about the 25-yard line, 26, and bounce. And that's where Westwood trying to find some momentum. You know, Joe, with the score being 21-14, Westwood still has established a lot of consistency. They've had 2 big plays.
That's it.
And that could be enough to win, but you rely on the big play. It's got to be some kind of a drive, you wonder at some point, where they could just kind of methodically move the ball and have some go-to plays.
The play with Boyd, the play with Howard.
Yeah.
2 touchdowns here, 165 yards, 158.
Yeah. So they've had very few 12, 15-yard plays, and there's nothing wrong with 58 and 65. I mean, you'll take that. There's a young man who's come in the game and back up and played solid. Josiah Henry hand. Ball's at the 26. 21, check that, 21-yard line, and we got a timeout, I believe.
No, I think we have delay.
Another penalty, Joe.
Yep.
It's turned into a little bit of a penalty.
Game on offense, 5-yard penalty, still first down.
He came out of a change of possession.
Yes.
And get a delay. That's tough.
That's communication right there. They worked that out, I'm sure. But ball was on the 21. They go back to just across the 15 now. 1st and 15, and that young man 17 in spot duty. We have to put the ball in the air. On the ground this time. He keeps on the ground. That time with a Quentin McGill, young man, who I think they're trying to get the ball to a little bit more. And guess what, Joe? A flag. We gotta start announcing when there's not a flag on the play.
I mean,
face mask, defense.
Okay, well, all right. If it's a face mask, I thought there might be another hole or something in there. But if it's a face mask, I mean, if it's there, you got to call it.
Good job by the officials. They've done a good job now. They have a lot of penalties, but that's not saying they're not real penalties. They're good calls.
It's just hard. It's hard for the game to have a flow and a rhythm to it when every play, it seems like, or every other play, you got something going on that or some discussion or something happening. I mean, there's really been no flow to the second half at all.
It really has not been. It's going to take forever to play with every other play being stopped and some discussion. Even right now, there's discussion. There's a referee huddle right now, Joe. And I'm not sure what the discussion is. These the two officials, the white hat and the linesman over there, they're chopping it up. Are they talking about the NBA season about to kick off? This last day of the, you know.
On NBC, by the way.
On NBC, right. Yeah.
Why should I say that? I can't say that on.
Oh, no. Yes, he didn't say that. We'll edit that out.
Trouble for that?
We'll edit that out. But it's going on, though. And they're really having a powwow. And they've had a lot of these, Joe.
That's what I'm talking about, Stacy. I mean, it's been real hard to get any kind of flow or rhythm in this game with all these stoppages and discussions and whatnot. And we had the situation where the sticks were not moved after a penalty in the first half, and they actually ran a play and then moved the sticks back to where they should have been, which I've never seen that. I guess you can do that to fix a mistake, but just a lot of talking and a lot of flags here tonight.
And we get no explanation of what that was about. So the ball's now at the 19-yard line, 24-yard line. I'm confused myself right now. There's a lot of activity going on. Henry Hand's going to break the pocket across the 25. Ridden down, gang tackled at about the 27-yard line. Not a lot going on right there. And I keep saying momentum's in the balance. Westwood has lived on the big play. They're still a big play away from tying the ball game. The clock's heading down under the 1:20 mark of the third quarter.
Yeah, he didn't get a lot, but he did pick up, enough yards there to give them 3rd down and 5. Give Westwood 3rd and 5. That's very manageable.
Absolutely. Will it be ground or air? They're trying to get a free 5. The hard count right there. They tried it again. The hard clap. Play clock is winding down. Just nothing happening right there. There's nothing going on. White jerseys everywhere. They had a team meeting on the ball carrier right there. They shut that down, Joe, like a fire marshal at a front house party.
And the fire marshal on that play was Purvis Walker, who shut that down. We called him a couple of times in the first half. He beat his blocker and got in there and made the tackle for loss. I tell you what, he's been a load tonight on that defensive line for the Demons.
And I bet he's not unsettled or nervous either. Never nervous. Purvis.
Ellison. Remember old Purvis.
Yeah, Louisville Cardinals.
Led them to a national championship.
Absolutely. Denny Crum. That was 86 over Duke, over Krzyzewski.
That's a shame, too.
Yep, absolutely. High kick, but very short. Got to get out of the way. Yeah, 2 was in the way of that ball. I could have hit him. The ball's going to peacefully rest right between the 44 and 45-yard lines. Lugoff-Elgin will take over there. Under
1 play left of the quarter, Stacy.
Yeah, under 10. So we it's gonna be, unless it's something real quick, it's gonna be the last play of the third quarter. So 7.4.
Tell you, Stacy, this is the first time I've done a game at Westwood, either radio or TV. This is a nice facility
really
here.
Is.
I think you could host state championships here, quite frankly, because I mean you're right off the interstate, great access. The seating is plentiful here. The press box, you can put a lot of things up here in the press box.
Press box is really nice.
Really like this facility.
One of the nicer press boxes we've seen all year as far as space is concerned. Looking for a lot. 7.4. Thrown a little late now. That was Williams. He almost threw that too late. It looks like 1.3 left. That was a lot going on there as well. He had a man open for a second, but also a defender streaking in.
That pocket was collapsing all around him, and he tried to find Sadiq over the middle and kind of dropped sidearm on that one. Almost able to fire that thing in there.
So now 2nd down and 10. This will be the last play of the third quarter, either way. And barring a penalty. And he's going to give the Grant. Grant's up trying the right side. Grant got tripped up. Man, Zion Oliver's been flying around all night. That great closing speed by number 5 in red. Great job. We're up 3rd and long. We'll step away, folks. 3/4 of a 4-quarter story. 21-14. Lugoff-Elgin over Westwood. Stay with us.
If Jerry knew football the way Tom Brady knows football, he would in no way be able to handle it. Tom Brady knowledge is 10 pounds of football in a 5-pound bag of Jerry.
Come on, Ryan, what do you do? You gotta look off the safety before you...
When the safety rotates down, just rip the seam.
Nobody knows football.
Come on, we can do better.
Like Tom Brady.
It's not that hard.
Friday Night Rivals Trophies and Awards are brought to you by Northeast Trophies and Awards, supplying the Midlands Trophy since 1976.
Light it.
But to win it all, that is the culture.
Well, this question is wheelhouse for me. I'm going to crush this.
Ah, let's go.
So good.
Let's go, Coach.
The Triple Option Podcast, presented by Wendy's. Listen wherever you get your podcasts.
Friday Night Rivals Trophies and Awards are brought to you by Northeast Trophies and Awards, supplying the Midlands Trophy since 1976.
Welcome back inside, folks. The F&R High School Football Game of the Week started the fourth quarter, 21-14. Lugoff-Elgin leading the home Westwood Redhawks. And we're time to look at our Joy Law Firm Smile Cam. It's for the sights and sounds of the game. Smells like teen spirit, folks. Joy Law Firm, just called Joy. Youngsters having a good time out here on a nice fall Friday night. No school tomorrow. Joe Cashin in the building. A lot of things to celebrate. Joe got a kick out of that.
Indeed.
Yeah, absolutely. Going left to right on your screen. Lugoff-Elgin leading by a touchdown. Started the fourth quarter. They in their white jerseys, red pants. Low snap again. Pocket collapsing. Williams going to break the pocket. Ran into the referee. And that might be a difference right there. He's still moving his legs. He's still driving. They're going to give him the first down. That young man, that young sophomore is using his legs, and Westwood had him stopped, Joe.
They did. Well, give an assist to the umpire who kind of got in the way there. He didn't mean to. He just, that's where Williams, he finally figured out, you know what, let me just see if I can get this with my legs. I got nothing down the field in the pass game. I'm going to scramble. Scrambles up the field, runs into the umpire there, and then he gets a nice forward assist to pick up the first. That's a big first down for the Demons.
Absolutely. Camera heating and cooling, first down. Ball's at the 44-yard line of Westwood. Cash Major, they faked it to him, and Williams with his legs again got dragged down by Hunt at the 40-yard line. You know, Hunt is an acronym they use there at Westwood. That's one of the themes. Hunt. Harness our strengths under all circumstances, never losing sight of team's purpose. Hunt was given to Coach Burrs last year when he was at Lamar by his wife, who passed away 10 months ago. It's a great story of him persevering. The story is sad in itself. It's tragic, but through tragedy, Coach Burrs comes back to Westwood from Lamar, where his wife taught. And her name was Kimberly, and she passed away. May she rest in peace. But Coach Burrs, she gave him the acronym Hunt. And we'll talk more about that as the game goes on here in the fourth quarter. Sadiq to the left side, wants to stay in bounds, does not. He does stay in bounds. He did go down, dragged down there by number 12. I think Hunt was on that tackle there as well. Michael Hunt, and then J.J. McClain on the tackle. Brings up third down. That's Coach Burrs on the screen right there. Got to talk to him. He and I share that tragedy of being, I was a young widower, and he was. I've shared it. I told him he knows I'm here for him, but he's rattling around. He said, his young children, and he's, put his energy into his children and his coaching career, and came back to Westwood where his wife taught. And he felt right coming back here. So this first year here, and they love him here. The administration has wrapped their arms around him. A lot of support for that young man. I pray for his strength as he continues to grieve. Cash Major with a catch of a high pass. Oh, what a hit. A high throw, and I tell you what, Justin, that was just us. Justin Washington delivered the hammer, but it's going to be a first down. Cameron Heating and Cooling first down, Joe.
Cash was able to see green out in front of him and enough to pick up a first down. That was a big hit, but credit Cash Major from being able to hang on to the ball. You'll see it again. Watch Williams. Well, he kind of looks, and then he just he's done a lot this time. He's kind of swung it out to the perimeter, kind of check it down, and he takes a big hit, but it's a elite first down.
He got up and said, Cash moves everything around me. Sadiq with another big pop. I tell you, they laying the lump out there. Westwood is playing like an angry team right now. Tyrese Drakeford laid a pop at the end of that play. They need the football, though.
He was our defender to watch in the opening of our broadcast tonight. Tyrese Drakeford there. He was one that we were focusing on, and he had a big hit there, but that's still a 5-yard pickup for Lugoff-Elgin. And they can work some clock now. They've worked about 3 minutes off this fourth quarter clock. They can work some clock with a 7-point lead, and they're going in.
2nd and 5. Sadiq in motion, and they fake it to him. And on the ground, the ball's on the ground. Westwood got on, it's still going. Westwood gets on the football at the 19-yard line. That's everything they needed. The ball squirted free. Looked like they had it, like Lugoff-Elgin had it, and then coming up on the pile for Westwood, that might have been Hunt again. Might be Michael Hunt. It was him or Zion. We'll take a look. It looks like a couple of different players had a shot at it, Joe.
A lot of different players had a shot at this thing, Stacy. I think me and you might have had a shot.
Absolutely. She goes down right there and then right here.
Well, that's just a bad handoff. That never got there. Cash Major. I mean, he just kind of bounced it off of him. You see it right there. The fumble recovery made there by Zion Oliver.
Yeah, he's played well all night.
He really has. And you're just sitting here talking. If you're Lugoff-Elgin, you're running some clock. You've got the game kind of. You're up by 7, and then you turn it over. That's a killer.
And Westwood has the answer now. And that's a gap right there. I'll tell you what, that play almost went. That almost popped. The playmaker, Quentin McGill, who's just been itching to make a play tonight, he gets up again, looking at the sideline like, I want the football. That's him right there at 3. He wants it.
Damn, we haven't seen Angelo Rios tonight in much of anything. I mean, he was one of our players to watch for Westwood coming into this thing. We talked in our opening tonight. Hadn't gotten him the ball at all really much.
I wonder did he get banged up? Carrington Carter got banged up as well.
I see Rio standing down there.
Well, a give again, and dancing in the hole. What a move. They're trying to rip it out. Jace Coleman almost pulled that ball out of there, but what a run by McGill. That's going to be a first down. Cameron Heating and Cooling first down. If this game gets tied up, even if they win the game, Lugoff-Elgin coaches won't sleep tonight. Because they've had every opportunity. And they let Westwood hang around. And now with just under 8, they got a little momentum now.
They sure do.
And I tell you, that was a good run. McGill is starting to get the ball now. And now Howard is back in the backfield. We still haven't seen Rios in a moment. And Boyd is in motion. That's a good job up front.
I'll tell you what.
Lugoff-Elgin, number 92.
Purvis Walker has been unblockable at times tonight. I mean, he lined up right over the center that time, and he just took him on, and they couldn't move him, and he got penetration and stopped that play right in his tracks.
6 foot, 285, a senior. He's a kid that might need to play on some Saturdays.
I'll tell you what. I mean, he's been involved in several tackles for loss tonight for that LE front.
It's gonna be second down. With the backup quarterback in a passing situation now, Henry Hand, and it's going to be a screen set up for Howard, and what a pop by 32. I don't have the 32 on my roster, Joe.
That's Logan Hinton, junior linebacker.
Check that I do, Logan Hinton. You're right, my bad. Logan Hinton listen, that's the second big hit he's had in this ball game. Went out banged up at one point in the game and came back. Physical kid, Joe.
He read that screen all the way.
6 foot, 200. Yeah, both these teams have been popping out there. The pads have been flying around and big hits both sides. The confusion in the secondary right now for Lugoff-Elgin before this snap. Henry Hand again, looking over the middle. And I'm not sure who he was throwing it to. It was almost picked off. It was right in the hands, Joe, of Dwight Lewis, the senior defensive back. That was a break. They got a break. He dropped that.
Major break for Westwood, I mean, Dwight Lewis is right there. I mean, what's the old saying? Sometimes you put those guys back there in the secondary instead of wide receiver.
Hit him in the worst place, in the hands.
Hit him right in the hands. I mean, that could have been a big turnover for Lugoff-Elgin. They're poised to get the ball. That ball's right there.
I don't know who
should be picked.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not sure who the intended receiver was. Might have been going for one there. Cunningham. Another. High, that was a hopper.
Terrible, not bad.
It was high, very high. It was unreturnable either way, but it got a good bounce. So now Lugoff-Elgin will step away, Joe. 6:12 left to settle it here from Westwood. 21-14, they trail Lugoff-Elgin.
We pickled everything, Sam. The Big Deal Meal, Sonic Smasher, top of Grillo's pickles, pickled seasoned tots, pickle Rita slush, and a pickled foam. Sam, what have you done? Dude.
At the Medical University of South Carolina, we're transforming heart and vascular care in the Midlands. With cutting-edge clinical trials and the latest diagnostic procedures, we ensure that every patient receives state-of-the-art care. We turn groundbreaking into life-saving. Because at MUSC, innovation is how we lead. Compassion is who we are.
Back at it, folks. We got almost 6 minutes to settle the issue here. 21-14, Lugoff-Elgin over Westwood. Stacey Huff, Joe Cash, and Claire Foley on the call. And coming up here later in this fourth quarter, we'll announce our Atkins Law Firm Player of the Game. Looking for a workers' comp attorney? Remember, who you hire matters. Shout out to Brother Joe Wyman over there and Holly Atkins and the crew, Julie. Doing a great job. Thank them for the sponsorship. 6:12 to be exact. Big possession, Joe. The possessions are narrowing down. Not too many opportunities for either team right now.
Yeah, Stacey, you mentioned it in the break. It's only 6:12 left. Now you start counting possessions. How many more times is Westwood going to get the ball back? Be interesting to see how this last half quarter unfolds.
Unless they get help from a turnover. And this time, covering the ball carefully, Jaquez Grant running hard. And that's going to be a big run. That might be a first down. That's going to be, boy, he got 12. He got, I guess, at least 11. They're going to move those stakes. That's the opposite of what Westwood needed, Joe, with time being of the essence. Every time you get a new set of 4 downs for Lugoff-Elgin, you get closer to going home with an L. There's a camera to heating and cooling first down.
Westwood still all 3 timeouts. Lugoff-Elgin with 2. If you're keeping up with that thing, you can see on our score bug right there, Stacey.
Yeah. Good to have a score bug. Always good to have a little score bug.
I knew you were going to mention that.
You laid it up. You threw me the alley-oop, man.
If you know, right? The old score bug. Those are so valuable when you're doing a television broadcast.
Absolutely. We always have one here with Watch Fox, so I appreciate that. Some people don't have that. High snap and another good run. And this is the way Lugoff-Elgin is going to lean on them now. They have the bigger team. Joe. They're just going to try to mash and break the wheel of Westwood on this drive. You feel it.
Well, the clock is on their side with a 7-point lead. Field position also, they're in good shape there.
Player down, so it's going to stop the clock right there. Player down for Westwood. Sitting upright, looks to be number 8. This might be Brandon Evans right there. It is. It's probably a cramp, Joe. And I always say, you hate to want anybody to have any injury, but a cramp is the best you're going to get right now. You can come back from that quickly, and that's what it is.
Well, if Lugoff-Elgin can get out of here with a win, they would be in really good shape with an off week coming up, and they kind of needed to get some guys healed up, and then they'll have Spring Valley at home at the end of the regular season on the 31st.
Right.
If you're Westwood, you're at West Florence next week, and then you have Sumter here, so they've got a little more of a tougher road to hoe here over these last couple of ball games. That's why this one is important for them tonight.
Yeah.
Try to get a win, try to defend your home turf with the opponents you got coming up.
And both teams after this game, either way, are going to have something to kick themselves for. Westwood,
no question.
Westwood got what they needed. They got the first opening score. They needed a fumble. They got a fumble. They couldn't take advantage of it. Lugoff-Elgin had a lot of things drop in their lap. A slant, and that's a break for Lugoff-Elgin. That ball was thrown in jeopardy. 2 men had a chance to intercept him.
Well, you just can't risk the football if you're the sophomore Zach Williams. You just can't risk it. And he got away with that right there. And now it will be interesting with the clock stopped from 5:15. Plenty of time still left in this game. What do the Demons do on 3rd down to try to move those chains?
So you can't throw a pick at all, but a pick six. Westwood has lived on big plays. If you get one on defense right now, you got a new ball game. And I'm surprised they threw it, but again, nobody asked me ever what play to call. I bet they keep it on the ground here though, 3rd and 7.
Look for E.J. Richardson maybe.
Oh yeah, he pulls it out. Sure enough, he's going for the whole thing. He has Sadiq. Sadiq tried to adjust to the ball. It was underthrown and almost picked. Sadiq was behind everyone. He just couldn't get enough on it, Joe. And Javier McClain back there to knock it down. Could have caught it almost.
It's a great play by McClain to be able to turn and make a play on the football. I mean, any level of football you watch these days, high school, college, professional, it's kind of rare sometimes to watch the defensive back, turn and see the ball and make a play on it. But McClain sees it right here as the RPO. Williams rolls out to the left, throws the deep ball, but a great play there by McClain to be able to turn, find the ball, make the pass break up, and get them off the field.
And great camera work, too, guys, to catch that.
Yes.
It wasn't an easy one to catch. It's punt time, and now when we talk about possessions, they didn't take but a minute off the clock on it because of the 2 passes. And the ball checks up and gets a good bounce. Like both teams have had some things, as I mentioned, that they needed to happen. And, you know, Westwood got to stop their knee right there. But can they, with 4:57, can they tie this ball game up? And, you know, we always talk about, you know, being a part of these broadcasts, and we have a great crew here. I love working with these folks. So let's give some love to our crew. On EIC tonight, we have Tim Brusky, producer K-Pass, Kevin Pasanick, director Mike Weinmiller. On the cameras, we have Alexander Kitchens, Taylor Shirley, Jared Thomas, Brittany Frierson, and Jessica Pasanick. Graphics, we have Autumn Sherrill, replay Tiffany Joyner, audio mixer Kevin Pasanick, scorebug and video Dylan Eagle, TOC Taylor Schaefer, stage manager Alex Johnson, and stats Jen Jones. Thank you to the crew. Done a great job. And Rios, you asked for him, you got him. He stumbled right there in the hole, but he's still going to get about 5. That's Rios, the young man.
I know. We hadn't seen him in a while, Stacy.
Yeah.
He was one of our players to watch.
And he gets lost in that power right there, and he keeps those legs moving, though. You know, he making pop one here. I like drama. So a good drive here will bring us some drama to the ball game. High snap. Rios again. Rios. Oh man, he got some quicks, man. He squirts through there again. Needed 5 and got about 9. First down, Westwood. Cameron heating and cooling. First down, of course.
Maybe that's what they wanted to do, kind of save him and bring in a fresh back with fresh legs at the end.
Yeah, Cameron keeping you comfortable in your home since 1956.
One of the keys we had for Lugoff-Elgin at the outset of the broadcast was to be disciplined and tackle running backs well. Now, here's the time for them to do it if they're going to try to pull out this ball game.
Man, tell you what, yeah, Rios is a little guy, man, but I tell you what, he's impressive between tackles, though. He's squirting through there. Board in motion. Rios again. He's going to go to the right side. He's going to try to bounce this outside. And ran through an arm tackle over there and still got about 4 or 5 yards. Yeah, he's impressive, man.
Picks up 4 on first down. Clock will stop as he goes out of bounds.
Yeah, out of bounds right short of midfield. So, yeah, 4:02. They don't have to be in a super hurry right now.
They got plenty of time.
But you got to be sure, though, because what you don't want to do is put a game on a 4th down. They want to get 4 or 5 yard chunks. They got 4 on that one. They're going to bring Howard back in, 22, the slightly bigger back, the sophomore, who has a touchdown in the game. And they're going to give to him. And he has room, spinning. He's going to move his legs. He's going to bring up 3rd and 1, Joe. This is going to be a big play. Although we know they're not giving the ball up. This will be a two down.
There's no more punting in this game for Westwood.
No, at all. And they're going to bring in Cam Cunningham, number 1, to go wide as a receiver. But you probably think they're going to keep this on the ground here, you would think. Howard, number 22. They're going to keep it. The first run of the ball game for your quarterback, high-stepping it across the 30. They've never run it the entire ball game, and they put the ball in the hands of Josiah Henry, the senior quarterback. That's a great play call, Joe.
That's a great play call because you're figuring that Ellie is going to crash on the running back. You'll watch it right here. Henry Hand with it. He's going to fake it. He's going to pull it, and he's going to take off with it. And it fools everybody. Made the one man that he had to beat. He beat that one man And he's able to get all the way to the 25, and the Redhawks are in business trying to tie this game up or maybe go for 2 and take the lead.
Kaminer heating and cooling first down. Ball's at the 25-yard line. High snap. Great catch. Rios nowhere to go. Just nowhere to go. Just too much. Your boy Purvis in there again.
I tell you what. I mean,
Purvis is playing the game.
He has been a load in there. Somebody to try to block for Westwood tonight.
We got to look. That snap was to the right of the quarterback. He reached over one hand and caught that. That was just great dexterity that time.
Threw off the timing of the play.
It did. Gonna bring up second down and now 12. Now they got to pull out some magic here. That man has been hard to block right there. 92 in white. Boyd in motion. Bobble snap again. Rios dancing in the hole. That might have been a face mask.
Once again, Westwood with some issues with the snap. Trying to get a clean handoff, and again, it blows up the timing of the play. Now the Demons have them behind the chains.
Third down. Yes, pressure right here now. Now you put pressure.
2 minutes.
Yeah, put pressure on your quarterback right here.
2 down territory for sure, though.
It is. But you got to get a chunk of it back right here. You don't want to put this thing on 4th and long. It's 3rd and 10 right here. And he shoulder roll, double move. He threw it behind Boyd. He did a shoulder roll outside and went. If that ball has a little less on it, Boyd catches it. He's at the sticks, and there would have been a little drama for the tackle. But 4th and 10, Joe.
Tried to squeeze that ball between the safety and the corner. Almost had it.
Timeout called Westwood. They got to get a Sunday go-to-meeting, Sunday best 4th down play right here. And we're going to step away and take it with them. Come back for the conclusion of this. 1:55 and a 4th down play to settle it. Lugoff-Elgin, Westwood.
Is your child struggling in school? Do you know a child 16 to 19 years of age who has dropped out, lacks discipline, or is on a destructive path? Then give the Will Lou Gray Opportunity School a try. The military-style school provides an alternative education to young adults in need of a second chance by offering academic instruction by state-certified teachers and job-based
Sports Zone is South Carolina's #1 sports leader for all sports coverage in the Midlands.
From your favorite South Carolina college teams
to your local high school matchups,
football, baseball, basketball, soccer,
and so much more.
We take you straight to the sideline with interviews with coaches and players. Plus, behind-the-scenes details to give you the latest on your local teams.
Watch Fox Sports Zone. Every sport, every season. Sponsored by Lexington Medical Center.
Welcome back in, folks. We have 1:55 and more importantly, a 4th and 10 coming up. Westwood trailing by 7 with the football in Lugoff-Elgin territory. Stacey Huff, Joe Cashin here up in the booth. Claire Foley on the sideline. And Joe, this is the play of the game only if it's the play of the game if Lugoff-Elgin stops Westwood. If Westwood gets the first down, we got another play of the game coming up after that one.
All right, you are.
If they get 11 yards and no touchdown, we still got some more plays of the game coming up. But if Lugoff-Elgin gets a stop here, folks, that's pretty much going to be benediction time. Not much time for any more possessions. 4th down, 3 wides to this side, 1 up top, and it's going to be in the air. Jace Coleman crashing the pocket. Intercepted. E.J. Richardson, the wide receiver, gets the interception, his 2nd of the ball game, and that's going to pretty much do it. He's doing the Red Hawks flying gesture.
It's going to be close, Stacy. They can stop it twice.
I thought they already called 2. I see the scoreboard, but I thought they called 2, but they can, but Joe, it's going to be tough.
It's going to be, and you know what, if you're E.J. Richardson, what you want to do is bat that ball down. I mean, you know you want to pick it.
Right.
You bat the ball down, you get the ball up here about the 25, 26-yard line.
Good point.
It's hard, though. It's hard, though, to tell a defender not to catch the ball if you throw it.
And more so, Joe, he's not a defender. He's a wide receiver.
Well, that's the 2nd pick of the night, and you watch it right here.
He wants to catch the ball anytime he's around the football.
Henry Hand wants to go to the left side with it. He throws it over there, and look at the great positioning by E.J. Richardson. Goes up there, gets great leverage on the wide out. And he's able to reel that thing in.
They're going to run it wide with Grant, I believe it is, and try to get every second they can off of it. If you're Westwood, you're probably calling a TO right there.
Well, if you haven't done it by now, you're not going to do it until after 2nd down.
Yeah.
They can run this down to 1 minute before they have to snap the next one.
And if I'm them, I would.
I'm taking everything but the half second before I get a delay. I'm Lugoff-Elgin.
They're going to come up here, 15 on this play clock. You're right. They can take it right down, right at the 101 mark. 102 maybe. 9 on the play clock, 11 on the 111 on the game clock. They're going to snap it. What about? Yeah, they should go. And that's a nice run. This really may be it. Did he? He got a good run. He got across the 15.
He won't have enough for a first down, but
No.
now you'll get the timeouts taken.
Yeah. And now this becomes the play of the game.
This is your play of the game.
If he gets a first down, it's definitely the benediction time. If he does not, you're right. Westwood has a little. They have the foot on the rope. Remember the old wrestling? On the 3 count, they may have a foot on the rope. Johnny Weaver. So yeah, this will be very interesting right here. Coach Burris on the sideline right there.
Now what do you do? What do you dial up if you're Jarvis Littlejohn right here? Clearly you're not going to put the ball in the air. At least I wouldn't think that you're going to do that here, because if it's incomplete, you just hand them. You hand them a free timeout with that, but make them burn this one.
Yeah, I'll tell you what I would do, and I think Jarvis Littlejohn will as well. Remember, he's a defensive guy, but he's a lineman. He's a physical mentality type coach. I'm going to get behind my big offensive line and run my biggest back behind my line and say, if you stop me from getting 4 yards here, you can have the ball. If you don't, we get to the bus. That's what I do. And if you stop us, then we'll punt it and we'll play defense. But I'm not going to do anything fancy. We're going to muscle up and think we can push you 5 yards down the field right here. I think that's what you're going to see. That's our line is huge, man. And Jarquez Grant is going to line up to the right of Zach Williams. I think they're just going to go ahead and try to punch a man in the mouth right here with an exclamation point. That's my theory.
All the hats in the box there for Westwood.
And that's what it is. Grant bounces it outside, but they're not going to get it. But that's what I would play. And that play took a lot of time, too. That was a slow developing play, but it's 57.4. They might have put some time on the clock after that last play, because I thought it was 57 after the last play. They must have put some time on the clock. And Lugoff-Elgin pointed at the scoreboard, too, because I thought it was 57 after the last play. It may be a clock situation here. Timeout called Westwood.
Yeah, they just burned their last one, and so 4th down and about 2. You get no choice here. You got to try to punt this ball away and get going in the other direction.
I would hope. I would think so. That would be a headline story if they could go for it right here. It's quite a statement either way. But now, Joe, let's throw this out here. If you're Westwood, you go for the punt block.
No, because if you wind up roughing the punter, because you're probably going to get in good field position anyway, because the LA kicking game is, it's decent. You're going to get it on the plus 50 unless they just actually just uncork one here, which you hadn't seen all night. So I don't go for the punt block.
Good point. Now,
and the way these guys throw flags, it's like you might run past a guy, they might, here he comes, may not even touch a guy, but
these officials will have to ice their arms down tonight. Somebody might rotate a cuff issues.
And these guys do a good job, pretty much. I mean, they got a tough job.
They were flags. Most of them were flags. So
they have to hear it from fans and whatnot, and coaches and players and whatnot. And it's a difficult job to be an official, whatever level you're at.
Yeah, Joe, they weren't calling things that wasn't happening.
Right.
There's a lot of stuff going on.
I'm fine with it. So
yeah, I thought there was one that wasn't called that was kind of bad with the interference. Here's the play right here. They're coming out to snap it, Joe.
They got E.J. Richardson kind of lined up in a wildcat, like they're going to snap it to him and let him see if he can get it in the game. Now, how wild would that be?
Now did Westwood have a timeout?
No, Lugoff-Elgin called that one.
Lugoff-Elgin called, okay.
Yeah, Lugoff-Elgin called that timeout.
I'm wondering why, because I think they were going to try to get him to jump. They're trying to get him to jump.
Well, they had Richardson lined up as a wildcat guy right there.
And that's why I'm wondering why they called the timeout, because I thought it was to confuse Westwood, but I don't think they're going to snap it, Joe. I don't think they would. I think it's eye candy.
Snap it either.
I think it's eye candy to make Westwood jump and get the free yards and the game's over.
That's what I would do.
Yeah, I would too. Why not?
57 seconds. They punt this thing. That'll probably kill about 10 seconds off the clock.
If it's returned, anyway, for sure. But Joe, listen. Before I give them the ball back, I'm trying everything.
Yeah.
Giving them the ball back is my last. That's my last option. So yeah, they run Richardson out there and make you think he may. And by the way, he might get it. He's the kind of guy,
Stacy, they're going to do it again.
He might.
Here they go.
He might get it. You got a key on he or Grant.
This is something here. If they snap this will be something.
They're gonna try to get him to jump. See, a hard clap right there. And that's what they're doing. If you Westwood,
delay a game.
Okay.
Or is back judge through it.
Yeah,
so.
now you got to punt it. Now you got to punt it. Yeah, he gave up the yards though.
Yeah, he just gave up 5 yards though. You know, I mean that's kind of.
I wonder. Maybe we'll never know. Were they really going to snap? I don't think they were going to snap.
No, I don't think they were.
But now they got a punt from the 15-yard line, Joe. Anything can happen. We had a punt earlier that was swift. So
I mean, the kicking game for Lugoff-Elgin is usually an adventure, and it has been tonight.
Yeah.
So who knows what could happen here? I mean, you just want to get this ball out to about the 40. They can get this thing to the 40. I think they'll have done extremely well. And they got to snap this thing quick too. Look, the play clock is down to 5 now. They go get another one unless they get this thing snapped, or he takes a timeout. Well, I tell you, there's a lot of confusion over there right now going on.
Yeah.
Lugoff-Elgin sideline. They got to burn their final timeout.
It all started when he got a little fancy with the 4th down play, though.
Yeah. They had to sprint the punt team out there because they're almost out of time on the play clock. So both teams now have exhausted their complement of timeouts here for the last 57 seconds of this game.
But a lot going on since the last 5 seconds went off the clock. You know that?
The first half took about 30 minutes, and this second half is.
It's been a streamable series.
Jerry Lewis Labor Day telethon here or something.
This is a binge watchable show. You got to watch this in bits and pieces the second half. And you know, anytime your opponent's punting from the hash mark, from inside the 2, that's not real comfortable feeling right now. It's bad snap, anything can go wrong. The snap has to be
right. That can go wrong here.
Got a decent snap, limited pressure, and I don't know if Boyd is back there, but I don't think he didn't run up, and I don't blame him. I think that the clock's going to tick though.
And that helps Lugoff-Elgin. Yeah. I think if you're Westwood, you really try to go catch that punt.
Yeah, Jaden Boyd has to come up, and I don't know how much punt returning he does, but he got to come up and catch that.
That's 12 seconds. It just went off the clock. And you have no timeouts, and that punt got out to the 47, so that's a win for Lugoff-Elgin right there.
Yeah, because you said 10, and they got dead 2 seconds better than that.
Yeah, because that's why you got to go field that punt, save a few seconds.
But 20's going to get a chance to put his hands on the ball.
He sure is.
I got to throw it in the end zone to him a couple times.
I got to get Jaden Boyd the ball if I can. He's a game breaker.
So Henry Hand, the quarterback, going to put it on his shoulders here with 45 seconds. And that's a short pass, too low. It was going to Boyd. Got to complete these.
And if he catches that clock continues to roll because he'll catch it in bounds and go straight down.
And it wasn't a first down.
It was not a first down.
Yeah, that's not a good route or pass idea right there. Everything's got to be to the sticks now, Joe. And or out of bounds. And or at the sideline. He's going to look right again. Nowhere to go. Pressure. He threw it.
That's a backward pass.
Did he throw
the ball? Backward pass. Yes, that's a backward pass.
Did he throw it or was it knocked out? Either way.
It doesn't matter. That's a backward pass.
Yeah, that's Lugoff.
Yeah.
That's devastating right there. It's going to be the flag is going to be thrown right there. And there's going to be a flag for there's a flag thrown at the 41-yard line.
Unless that's a holding call because and the clock should still be.
Well, I think because of the flag, they're going to
stop it. The flag has stopped it, but I don't know what would the penalty be right there, unless that's a holding call.
Yeah, I think it's going to be on Westwood. But they're going. Well, the referee stayed. The only problem, the referee standing back at the flag though.
The referee, the white hat, threw it.
And he's down there talking to folks. Are they going back up to the 41 yards?
That should be that's a backward pass and a free football. Well, how do you figure this one out? What's going on with this?
Well, considering the conversation we had over other things that were maybe not quite that complicated.
I think that's what they're trying to figure out.
Okay, here we go. It's going to be ball. Going to be inside. That's a wrap. It's pretty much a wrap.
There's no flag on the play. It was a rule of backwards pass. So ready for this way.
Yeah, and then you got to start the clock.
Are they going to do that?
You got to start the clock.
He didn't gesture for that to happen. Maybe he'll wind it right here when he gets over the ball.
Now, if you're LE, you rush maybe one and just you don't get you don't get beat.
You allow a catch. You allow a short catch.
Absolutely, you do.
And that's it. This might be it right here. Henry Hand, Boyd, clobbered.
Yeah, that might be it. That might be game unless they can snap it again. Or was that an incomplete pass?
I'm not sure what they're calling here.
That clock should still be. Okay, there he goes. If LE got to quit celebrating and get back ready for a 4th down play.
Yeah, they were trying to set up a hook and ladder, but he didn't have time. They got him to Boyd. They got him to Boyd. That's going to be, Joe, that's going to be a touchdown. Touchdown, Jacob Boyd. Inside the 10. What a touchdown. What a play. What in the world? Westwood with a touchdown on a hope and a prayer, and the prayer is answered. 1 extra point away from tying the game. Joe, what in the world did we just see? The track star got loose. The 3rd big play of the ball game, and Westwood comes within 1. How in the world? Talk about this if you can.
I'm not sure what to say. What you saw is a play that you'll see on the national highlights next week, Stacy. I mean, look at that. The presence of mind to flip it, and right there, he's gone. There's no stopping him. LE's out there celebrating like the game is over. It's celebrable and now you got an extra point if you got to make this extra point if you're Westwood.
A young man, Musin Yakub, who's not used to football. Hands to the sky. What a comeback. The clock on 0. 21 everywhere. And we got extra football, Joe Cashin.
Unbelievable. Watch it right here, Stacy. Just throws the ball out, kind of like you're just going to have to lateral this thing around, backward pass it. And right there, the presence of mind right before he goes down, perfectly legal. He hits that boundary, and nobody from LE's going to catch him. LE's out there celebrating like the game is over. They really were. I mean, they totally lost focus. Just lost everything on that last play. You can't jump up and down until the game is over. And credit Westwood for not giving up right there, not just giving up on that final play when they've got, they had to make it all the way down here to the 25-yard line to pick up a 1st down. But by then, you're not worried about a 1st down. You got to score on the last play. And somehow they figured out how to get it to number 20, Jaden Boyd. And I'm not real sure how long that play was. I have to go back and look. I'm just like,
it's 90 plus. That Hunt spirit.
Incredible finish to regulation. And here we go, overtime.
And the place is going bananas beneath us right here. Westwood fans are in full voice. The players are fired up. That's that Hunt mentality. Hunt is on the back of the stickers, Joe. Here it is once again. We'll see when they snap this. It might have been 88. We don't see it from that angle, but it's got to be.
It was around the 15, I think, is where they snapped it, something like that. Yes. But I mean,
you're not catching this kid right here, bud.
No. Once they got it in his hands and he got the angle, it was over. It was over.
He put the track jets on him.
He did. I mean, you talk about picking him up and putting him down.
That's why you never give up on a game, never give up on a play.
It's never over till it's over, Stacy.
Wow.
I mean, it's just crazy. And if that doesn't make the national highlight package next week, that'll shut the whole operation down, for Pete's sake.
That's wild. I just got a text from someone, a former Richard II student, Citadel grad, just texted me and said that's got to be a Sports Center top 10 play.
Wow. Sports Center. Yeah, they need to show that nationally.
Man, we at least the national highlights of FNR.
FNR, no question.
And the magnitude of the play, Joe, now we got to go to the overtime rules. It's going to a Kansas City shootout?
Kansas City shootout, 10-yard line, no running clock. You see them right there.
Take it away, Joe. Tell them about it, Joe.
Yeah, alternating possessions. First possession determined by the coin toss. Each team has one timeout. So,
This only happened. I'm going to take blame. This happened because one of the broadcasters may have to go to the restroom. That's the only reason that happened. That's why we got this. That's why we got an extra break. There's an extra score right there. But Joe, you cannot.
You've got to stay focused and locked in right there. You've got to just, LE's jumping around and celebrating. They're all, and it's just.
They just had a play where they lost 36 yards on the play, Joe. They went backwards 36 yards and still tied the game up. Westwood has had 3 huge plays in the ball game. And clearly that's all you need. That's 21 points. Look, they was dominating the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball the entire game. Westwood had 42 yards, I believe, was rushing in the first half. And
they just got about 80 right there because that counts as a rush.
And listen,
plus the one that he got earlier in the half. the 58-yarder that Howard ran for the touchdown. I mean, that's Boyd's second touchdown of the second half. He went 65 with a pass earlier this half. And then he took that one. I don't know what that was.
And all that, we've established nothing. We've settled nothing. Nothing. We played the full game, Joe, and nothing has been handled.
Well, now it's composure time. Who has composure on both sides after what just happened? You know, does Ellie try to they've got to try to figure this out and regroup. And if you're Westwood, you got to kind of come down a little bit and say, okay, you know, we just got back in this game and tied it on the last play. Well, and now there's more work to be done.
Well, I'll tell you what, Joe, the resiliency of Westwood has already been shown. They've been beating around the head all game.
Now whoever
Lugoff has to show something now.
Now whoever wins the toss wants to go on defense first.
Absolutely.
It'll be interesting to see who wins the toss, and then the other team will pick which end of the field we'll play at.
Joe, when I pulled up to the stadium today, I told our crew, I said, this has a chance to be our best game of the season.
I was talking to some folks about that too.
Yeah.
And Claire and I were discussing this when we first got here today.
And true enough, this is the first overtime. I don't know if we've had an overtime game. I don't think you and I have called one, have we?
We did. We called Daniel and Camden in the state championship.
But not on the not a regular season game. We did. That was
not a regular season game.
That was the classic game we called.
Brooklyn, Casey, and Dreer played overtime.
Sure did. That's our third. But over 4 or 5 years, this is the third game. So I think Westwood is defending the goal to our right. I think they're going to go on defense first, and they are. And they are fired up. The student body, homecoming night, there's a lot going on. And look, Coach Burris, you can see a gentleman right there who feels like he has another opportunity for his team to steal a victory. Again, a young man coaching with a heavy heart. We talked about his story. He's shown a lot of resilience. The team follows his lead, of course. And Lugoff-Elgin has dominated the ball game. Now they got to dig in now and say, now we've been punched in the mouth. Can we deal with disappointment? That's got to be disappointing, Joe.
So now Ellie, if they punch it in for the touchdown, they can either go for 1 or 2, and then Westwood gets a possession. So.
Yes, and they got the weapon. Lugoff-Elgin has weapons now. That's one of them. Sadiq in motion, #1, the Lenore Ryan commit. And they're going to pull it. Elijah Williams puts his foot in the ground and just eases into the end zone. 1 play, 1 score. That's how you respond. He lets out a roar.
I'll tell you, Zach Williams on that RPO right there, that was just a tremendous fake. I mean, everyone went for the running back, Jarquise Grant, and he just yanks that ball out at the last second. He's into the end zone. And, well, how about that for a bounce back? You'll see it right here. Just a great fake to Grant, and he just, nope, I'm going to take this myself. And, that thing, he made one man miss, the guy that he had to beat, and he's in the end zone.
That's a beautifully done play right there. In for the extra point. Man has been busy all night. And that eased into the right side right there. Sudapanya, Ken Sudapanya got it to the right side. Joe looked funny, didn't it?
It's just like in golf. There are no pictures, really, when you write it down on the card, on the scoreboard. It goes up as a point on the scoreboard.
Oh, man.
You know, like on a golf card, on the scorecard, you just put down a 4. You might have duffed it 3 times and knocked it in. But
it's a par is a par. But I tell you what, now again, it's back and forth we go. So now Westwood has to respond now to disappointment. They have to come down and get their feet on the ground. Either way, this has been a great ball game.
This has been something. This second half has been something else. I'll tell you what. I mean, it's
for 14-0.
First half dominated by Lugoff-Elgin. Second half, Westwood made the comeback, and then the incredible, unbelievable last play of the regulation to hit that play. And
yes, he would. Who's gonna win overtime? Because Lugoff won the first half, Westwood won the second half, and nowhere to go for Rios. He just got eaten up.
I think they're gonna have to put the ball in the air. They're gonna have to put the ball in the air. Henry Hand is gonna have to hit something here.
And you know what, Joe? I always thought it was the 25-yard line too. That's college. The ball's on the 10.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, you said that, but I thought it was. Yeah, but I think our graphic might have said 25. That's college. Yeah, okay, because I was confused different one, but that 10, that's kind of not the most difficult. But someone's going to make a mishap, and that right now, loss of 2 is big for Westwood.
I think he's going to have to throw it here to get this thing in the end zone.
Yeah, he's got a couple of weapons out here.
There goes one of them.
Boyd right there in motion. And Rios, you know what? Rios cut it. Rios is going to get in. Rios is going to score. Touchdown, Westwood. Rios answered. The young man we talked about, the diminutive one, Angelo Rios, the junior, How about that for an answer? He got it. I saw it early, Joe. Nice move.
Like I said, all they need to do is run it.
Strike up the Red Hawks fight song.
Watch him make men miss right here. Just hand off to Rios. He makes that cut, makes another cut, and then one man misses a tackle, and it's all over. You know?
Good leg drive, good quicks. This is big, though.
This is huge.
This is huge. Extra point right here. Young man from
Continue
Ghana.
end. Yeah.
A man from Ghana. Hands to the sky, got it in. And just like that, we start over again as if nothing happened. Somebody's going to make a slip up, though, Joe. Somebody's going to turn it over.
And Ellie defensively will stay out there.
Right, back to back, right.
Westwood will get another shot on offense. I'm a little surprised that neither one of those teams. I bet we won't be here too long because somebody's going to say, okay, we're going to go for 2 in the win at some point. I don't think we'll sit here and watch extra points for. I say that, and I hope that's not famous last words, but.
Now we go to the other end of the field now, right?
I think they'll.
They look like they're. Yeah. What are they doing? The referees are at midfield. I'm not sure what's going on. The referees are meeting at midfield. They're talking to Coach Burns.
They give Westwood the option of what end of the field they want to play at for this one. They're talking it over right now. They're going to go to the other end of the field is what they're going to do. So now march to the other end of the field.
Interesting. I wonder what difference it makes.
What a night, man. What a crazy sequence here at the end of this thing. With so many things you can look back on for both these teams. When this one's over in the film room on Sunday.
Yeah, so 2 teams that are, I think, heading in the right direction with new coaches. Interim for Jarvis Littlejohn, first year for Coach Burns, who spent time at Lamar as a head coach for a couple of years before coming back to Richard School District 2. Coach Jarvis Littlejohn. Both guys have been around for a while, and Coach Littlejohn on the staff with Leon Bullwell, you mentioned, and rose up, got promoted up to the interim tag. And again, I don't get a vote in the matter, but I'd be surprised that interim stays on that long. He may be the permanent guy. ASAPishly. The ball's at the 10 to the far left, folks. We're in overtime. The Kansas City shootout rules. Yep.
So now.
Westwood.
We'll just do the opposite at the opposite end of the field.
Westwood gets 4 downs. Trying to score from the 10. Rio scored the touchdown on second down the last time, that second play. And he's going to fake it to him. He just threw it away. Just threw it away. I thought 16 broke free, though. He just maybe wasn't patient enough. I thought Jalen Donaldson cleared the defender.
That was nowhere near.
Donaldson's a huge receiver, man. 16 is a tall receiver, man. He's about 6'5", it looks like. And you got to look right here. There are 2 wides on the left side. One of them is Jaden Boyd in the slot, number 20, who scored a touchdown in the ball game. He's in motion. They've never given it to him. They bluffed it. At some point, you think they may give it to him. There's Rios. Rios dancing in the hole again. Gets thrown back. It's going to be 3rd down. And about
a lot of traffic in there. Not really a lot of room that time for Angelo Rios.
It's going to be an interesting play call right here, I believe.
And it will be interesting to see what they do if they don't score.
I agree.
And if you're Coach Stephen Burris, you say, you know what, we're not going to win this thing with a field goal. Go for it on 4th down, or do you take points that you feel like you almost have to get?
And Jaden Boyd, unless I'm mistaken, I think he had been committed to Duke. I think he decommitted last week, I do believe, number 20. By the way, yes, he decommitted from Duke. Going to the corner. That's caught. That's caught. That ball was caught. Did he stay in bounds? The referees are talking about it. I thought he caught that ball. He caught it, but did he land in bounds out? We couldn't see the corner over there.
I couldn't see. I was totally blocked out.
That might be a touchdown, Joe. A lot of conversation again. Both of them officials said, what did you see? What did I see?
That's a big call here. What you going to call, ref?
I think it's going to be a touchdown.
You got to make a call.
They've talked it over twice.
That's one or the other.
And the longer you talk, the more the other team's going to be upset. Whoever this goes against is going to be upset because there it is. Touchdown. Joe, I knew it was going to be a touchdown, but the conversation is going to make Lugoff-Elgin feel some kind of way.
Let's see if they were right, Stacy. You see Henry hand rolling out. There's the throw to the end zone. There's the extension for the ball.
His elbow came down, and did he hold on to it? But his elbow hit the ground inbounds.
I don't know, Stacy. I don't think so, to be honest with you. I thought he was on the chalk, but I mean,
the elbow hit the ground.
It did hit the ground, but I mean, was it?
Does the elbow count?
Was he? I mean, was he on the chalk? I thought he might have been on that line, but maybe not.
No, sure. I love to see it. Kevin, let's get in the truck, and I rarely call for.
Let's see.
His left elbow.
See it from this angle.
His left elbow hit well before. Right there.
The
other angle, he hit about a yard, and he missed the extra point.
He missed the extra point, so that's...
Yeah, so now...
His body was down. The lower part of his body looked down to me, but I'm not sure that he was actually in the end zone with possession of that ball.
That first angle we had, I think you see the left elbow come down before the rest of his body hit.
It's a great catch, though. I mean, he came up with that ball. But nonetheless, it's...
So now... Lugoff will score a touchdown, extra point.
Lugoff-Elgin scores a touchdown, kicks an extra point. This game's over. If Westwood forces a turnover or gets him off on downs, this game is over.
This has been a thriller. It's coming out to these next 4 downs. Lugoff-Elgin is going to try to lean on them. They scored in one play when they had the ball last time. Zach Williams, the quarterback, a great read. And guess what? Flag down is a pre-snap penalty. Not the way you want to start this possession.
Both starts on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
Just can't do stuff like that. That's just can't do it.
Ball's at the 15-yard line, Joe.
I think you've got to give E.J. Richardson a chance down here. If not him, Sadiq's got to see the ball at some point.
They're both on the right side of the formation, and they're looking right. There's where he's looking. This is Sadiq. It's another flag, and it's going to be a hold. They're going to get an offensive tackle, a hold. Sadiq got about 7 yards. It's coming back. They're going the wrong direction, Joe. They're going in reverse. And as soon as the flag went down, the guilty party put his hands up as if to say, not me, but he told me it was him. And that gave it away by, he's immediately put his hands up. So they're going to put us a lot of pressure, but you got Sadiq and you got Richardson. You can always throw it in the end zone, but you want to take the running play out
of it. Yeah, but you can't be going that way when you got to be going the other way.
You can't take the running. Then they're going to take the run out of the...
Yeah, I mean, there's no run here first and goal from the 25. I mean, this ball's got to go in the air. And they can get there, but...
And they got 4 downs, though. The thing is, 4 downs with
don't need it all at once, though.
With great skill players. He's going up top. Oh, nice breakup. Zion Oliver. And it was right there in the hands of E.J. Richardson. And he has a cramp. It looks like he may have a cramp. Richardson got up slow. Oliver has played himself a game, though, Joe.
He has.
Interception, several breakups. And he and E.J. Richardson have been jawing and going at it, athlete on athlete, the entire ball game. See a little frustration in the white jerseys right now a little bit.
I bet they are frustrated.
This will be the one that got away. They got 3 more downs, though, and a lot of talent. 2nd and 25, 2nd and goal to go. Zach Williams looking over the middle, now to the right. He's going to break the pocket. He has a chance to get somewhere, but not too far. Big tackle that time. Number 90, DJ Jones, the Alabama A&M commit, has some help in that play. Mobley also in there with the first man there. Joe, they got 2 plays.
That's it. I'm not sure that scramble got you a lot right there, but
they dangerous. Though. I tell you what, you got 1 and 0 over there, both hands on the hips over there. I might call a timeout and rest my receivers. They running a route every play, man. I might rest them right here. Sadiq in the slot. To the right. Richardson on the outside. They're looking that way. Now coming back to the other side, wide open. Jarquise Grant chopped down at the 5-yard line by Drakeford. It's going to be...
That comes down to one play, Stacy, from the 5.
Fourth in the ball game.
That's
Joe.
it. Ball game time right here.
Boy, this would be a frustrating... Either team right now would be very frustrated. It's no more so than Lugoff-Elgin, Joe.
No, not more than Lugoff-Elgin. Not when
right.
They had that thing. I mean, they had it won, and it was over, and then it wasn't over.
This has been quite a finish. It comes down to this, folks. 4th down. Timeout call. Burris races to the official to call the timeout before the snap. Coach Burris showed his speed from when he played at Northwestern to get down there. Boy, what a game. Guys in the truck, everybody's the MVP. Everybody's the player of the game.
I'll tell you what, this has been something here, this second half, and these 2 overtimes here.
Man, some guy got here a week ago. We've been here for a minute. Are you kidding me? I'm stunned. If I had a Lugoff-Elgin jersey on, I knew I'd be stunned. I'm stunned right now. They were celebrating, Joe. It was over.
And that was part of the problem.
Yeah.
They were celebrating and not locked in, and in my opinion, just lost focus and allowed that to happen.
You got a track guy get behind you. The hook and ladder, Joe.
Just lost composure, just lost focus of the moment. You celebrate when there's zeros up there and the guys down on the ground. And it's over.
But you know what? They're 5 yards from making it right, and their field goal kick, an extra point guy is pretty reliable. So 5 yards, you can erase all the bad feeling, or most of them. So somebody's about to be very. It's actually 6 yards. The ball's on the 6.
Yeah, they're on the 6-yard line.
So 5 won't do it. 5 will get you home and disappointed. 6 yards, Joe, and. Man, this is crazy. You come this way. We gotta have to stand up and look at this one. I want to see the corner.
Yeah, we gotta stand up and see what's going on. I want to see the
corner here because the corner of the end zone was big when Westwood had it. The last touchdown that was called. Williams, the quarterback, 4. He's going to look to the right. He's going to run it. He's going to get. Oh, what a collision! He got hit and he's down. Westwood is going to win the ball game. The kid is hurt. He's down though. Williams is down. Big hit at the goal line. Westwood wins the ball game. What a finish. That tended to him. Westwood won this ball game, Joe.
He had Jarquise Grant coming out of the backfield. Had Jarquise Grant out to the right if he's looking for him. But, I mean, I think right away, Zach Williams said, I'm going to try to take that thing and run with it.
What a finish.
He didn't get there.
Joe, Westwood folks are in delirium beneath us right now. How did they win this ball game?
They should be delirious.
There's a look at it right here. Joe, watch this hit at the end.
Oh, yeah, it's a big-time hit.
Oh, my goodness. He been laying lumber all day. That's Justin Washington. What a hit. Watch the handshake line. There's been a lot of bad blood in this ball game. You watch the handshake line. Williams been helped off to the sideline. The handshake line needs to be cleaned here. What a game. What a game. We're going to step away, folks. What a finish here from Westwood, man. That's a classic. Instant classic. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
Start Saturday strong with Big Noon Saturday.
Rocco back in Iowa State. Take on Iowa in the Cy-Hawk Series. It's Big Noon Saturday on Fox.
Saturday on Watch Fox.
Subscribe to Watch Fox on YouTube to see the content you may have missed on air. Engage with your community. Like, comment, and click the notification bell and never miss an update.
Friday Night Rivals Trophies and Awards are brought to you by Northeast Trophies and Awards, supplying the Midlands trophies since 1976.
When your comfort is at risk, who do you call?
At Kaminer Heating and Cooling, we'll never sell you something you don't need. You get clear options, transparent pricing with our straightforward pricing guide, and the final choice is always yours.
No pressure, no sales gimmicks, just honest answers.
At the Medical University of South Carolina, we're transforming heart and vascular care in the Midlands. With cutting-edge clinical trials and the latest diagnostic procedures, we ensure that every patient receives state-of-the-art care. We turn groundbreaking into life-saving. Because at MUSC, innovation is how we lead. Compassion is who we are.
Friday Night Rivals Trophies and Awards are brought to you by Northeast Trophies and Awards, supplying the Midlands trophies since 1976.
Welcome back. 34-28 in an amazing comeback. Westwood Redhawks in double overtime wins it over Lugoff-Elgin, folks. It was a great one. We're going to talk about the bus stop of the game here, folks. Let's take a look at tonight's school bus stop of the game. Always stop for a school bus when the stop arm is out and the red lights are flashing. Not stopping or trying to beat the stop arm puts lives at risk and can result in large fines, points on your license, and license suspension.
A stop of the game. Always remember to stop when the school bus arm is out.
Well, you see it right here. Zach Williams is just going to try to run it for the end zone, and watch this hit by Justin Washington. Stops him short of the goal line in the double overtime, second overtime period. You'll see it again. Williams, he had Jarquez Cran out to the right, didn't see him, tries to take it himself, and that's a good clean hit. Got him on the shoulder pad, looked like to me. You know, and that's an amazing.
This is the school bus stop of the game. Always remember to stop when the school bus arm is out.
Wow, what a finish, folks. That was amazing. We got to celebrate that, but we also got to give you a player of the game, folks. And young man had one of the first big plays of the ball game, number 20 in red, the track star, Jaden Boyd. Anchors Law Firm player of the game.
Jaden Boyd was just phenomenal here tonight. You see him on the last play of the game. All Ellie's got to do is tackle somebody. They flip it to Boyd right there. He has 2 touchdowns on the night, but none bigger than this one. This was the last play of regulation. He takes it 80-something plus yards for the touchdown to tie the game, or to pull them within one, the extra point, and able to get them the tie, and that's what forced the 2 overtime periods. Incredible. I mean, if you're Lugoff-Elgin, had this game, celebrated too early. Couldn't get focused, and this is what happens to you. Boy, watch all different angles. Every time we see it, he's going to score.
Coming right in your house, folks. Coming right in your living room. Number 20, the track star.
Incredible.
Former Duke commit. He's open for recruiting again, and now we go to Claire Foley and an excited bunch of Westwood Red. Okay, he's still getting rallying the troops over there. You got to feel like an angel is smiling right now. We talked about the story of Coach Burrs. His wife was a teacher here at Westwood, Kimberly, and passed away 10 months ago. And Coach Burrs has rallied his family, his children, his troops, and he talks about the hunt mentality. His wife gave him that motto for his team. They have it on their helmets. And he talks about the inspiration she's given them. And he's here trying to turn this program around back in Richard 2. And now let's go down to Claire and Coach with his happy bunch of Redhawks. Take it away, Claire.
Coach, at halftime, down 14-0, I asked you how much confidence you had in this group. You said a lot. You said it was just a one-score game at one point, that you believed in this group. How much of a renewed energy did you see in the second half to be where you are now?
We hang our hat on hunt, and that's harness our strength under all circumstances, never losing sight of our team's purpose. And our purpose is to build young men. And tonight, we grew up. Okay, now whether we became men tonight, I don't know. But I'm proud of these guys because we could have hung our heads down 14-0. We weren't playing very well. We put it together. Our defense got stops, kept us around. Josiah Henryhan comes off the bench as a second backup quarterback and makes plays when we got to make plays. We get a big one from Jaden Boyd. I mean, this is a team win. It's the best game on earth, and I'm just proud of these kids.
It felt like a playoff atmosphere, especially with the 2 overtimes. How much do you guys as a group learn from that and take that going forward?
We go over these situations every Thursday in practice. We talk about overtime. We talk about the play that we scored on with no time left on the clock. So, you know, preparation, it takes away that nervousness. So these kids are ready to play. So I'm proud of our coaches. I'm proud of our players. Proud of our program. So tonight, Westwood, we grew up a little bit, so I'll take it.
And you guys certainly earned this one here. Westwood, our Sonic Friday Night Rival winner.
Congratulations, Coach Burris, and your exciting bunch of Red Hawks on a game well played. Thank you, Claire. I want to thank our sponsors, our title sponsor, Sonic, Stewart Law Offices, South Carolina Army National Guard, MUSC Health, Cameron Heating and Air, Atkins Law Firm, USC Sumter, Jim Hudson Automotive, Michaelis Mattress, Blue Cross Blue Shield, Joy Law Firm, Lexington Medical Center, Will Luke Opportunity School, and Northeast Trophies and Awards.